song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
You do right out of the gate. First text, hit the thumbs up. That's the chat cap.
That's the right idea.
Yep. Camp and AB are also in there as well. My Raider family, dysfunctional as it may be, love them to death. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate that. And hello to everybody. Hi.
Hi, you guys in the back.
Hey. Hey. Christopher Law behind the glass, fresh from him. Do you have the groove? Did the groove happen last night?
It definitely did.
Definitely did. Good show that you. What was it? Chromio.
The only thing is, it's bad, and I'm getting old. It's like, dude, it's 9:30, and they're not even up there yet.
Oh, yeah. What did somebody say? Or I read something the other day that really made me feel seen. They were like, what was it? Going to bed before my bedtime, not going to my friend's house for their party, and it was something else. They said something else, a third thing. They were like, our punishments as kids are now our rewards as adults.
Yes.
That's pretty well done.
It really got me. Like,
But
yeah,
I
it's
feel
so true.
I feel like for all three of us, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn, if we didn't have the morning, I don't think I would be as I don't think I'd be like that.
Meaning, if we didn't work mornings, we'd be more. Oh, I
like if I'm at the show with like, okay, so we're out till 11, we're out till 1.
Right.
I mean,
100%.
okay, but I mean, the second I don't know if you play this game, but I do it at Kings games. I'm like, okay, oh wow, long fourth quarter. If I get to bed now, which I still have a whole post game ahead, I'll get this amount of sleep, and I'm like, you start playing that game, you're like, this is not a good game.
So at last night's show, like, they're done before the encore, and so it's just like I am running out of that place. I was like, one more song.
Gotta go. Yeah, that'd be funny, by the way, if a band left the stage for an encore and everyone just started leaving.
Yeah,
it's like, we're good.
Thanks for the show, but we're done.
Yeah, you're very right, Jason. If that's the funny thing about us doing mornings, and I don't know that I speak for the two of you, but I know for me, I'm a night owl, straight up night owl.
Right.
I think we all are.
Yeah, that's what's so stupid. Like, some people are natural morning. Like, my dad is a natural morning. He does just morning person, and I guess I've been doing mornings now 13 years since I did them with Dawn. 12 or 13. Anyways, I guess I'm technically a morning guy because I can on the weekends. If I sleep in past 6, I'm sleeping in. Like,
really? See, I can, but I think the key would be the nighttime. So Friday night, Saturday night, you're not, or are you shutting down at like 9:30, 10?
No. I mean, if I've got
Unless you're just wiped.
Yeah, exactly. If I've got something going on, I usually will. Friends come over, whatever.
Right.
I'm in bed around midnight.
Yeah.
And then when you think about it, if I sleep till 6, that's 6 hours. Whereas, last night I generally try to be in bed, eyes closing, generally no later than 10:30, usually between 10 and 10:30. I get up at 3:30, so it's
Not enough.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And it's not, and I know it's not. It's like everyone says you got to get sleep. Sleep's the most important thing. Like sleep. And my thing is, I'll sleep these 4 or 5 hours, and then about 3 times a week, I'll take a nap. But even the naps are maybe an hour or two.
Yeah.
And then the game Chris was talking about leaving a thing, or you were talking about too, doing the timing.
Yeah.
So like today, there is a, and you know how like the Maloofs would do fan appreciation. Well, a lot of places do fan appreciation, last game of the year or whatever. So over in England, there was a fan appreciation night, and a bunch of, gave away a bunch of stuff, TVs and things and all that. And one of the prizes was an all expenses paid trip for 2 to Sacramento, funny enough, to go out to lunch with the owner, come in and sit in the show, go to a Republic game this Saturday, San Francisco. It was really cool prize. And I'm kind of like the concierge on the whole thing. So the couple got out here Sunday, and then I'm meeting them over at the new Republic headquarters right after the show today to kind of give my little gear shopping spree over there, if you will, as part of their prize, and then going up to El Dorado Hills for lunch with Kevin Nagel, the owner.
Can I interest you in a delicious eel pie?
So I probably shouldn't do this,
but we're here.
Let me explain this by saying that some of the phrasing over there is just very different from ours. And they had asked me, he texted me and said, hey, they're staying downtown, any restaurants, you recommend, blah, 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 blah. So I said, McCooney's right next to you. Go check out McCooney.
There's a place called Jack in the Box.
Boys of Jim.
I get this text at 4:23 p.m. yesterday, because we were talking about today. I'm just going to read it as I got it. And again, the phrasing is different, but it still took me a second. Hello, Dave. We found a Mexican around the corner in the end. Have you got the address and time for tomorrow, please? I was like, you found a... Oh, because that's what a Mexican restaurant, but they just sometimes don't.
Sure?
But there'd be a better story.
Yeah.
They just sometimes don't include the restaurant part.
Yeah, kind of important word.
So the first part,
they say grab and then whatever they're getting. Grab a curry.
Grab a curry. Oh, I'm going to grab an Indian, or I'm going to grab Indian or whatever. But we found a Mexican. Why were you just? Anyways, which the funny thing for them is that our Mexican food here is their Indian food there.
Mm-hmm.
And not that they don't have Mexican and we don't have Indian, but Indian food is the equivalent of Mexican food here, just everywhere. They love it. And so I can see them coming over, just like when we went there, we're like, oh, we got to have Indian food at some point. We hear so much about it. I'm sure it's the same thing with them. Oh, California, Mexican food, second best Mexican food in the country behind Texas. Oh my God. Sorry, I had to do it. So, they're knocking that out. And then they're going to San Francisco Wednesday, Thursday. And so it was helping them with stuff to do. And then I had to do it's a lot of the San Francisco stuff's overblown. Don't get me wrong. But I was like, hey, listen, make sure you take your stuff out of your cars, lock, roll it, because they have the smash and grab a lot there.
I would say unlock.
It just unlocks so they can just get in. That's actually not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
If you're already taking all your stuff out.
Sorry, Camp's already in with a hot take. The Jets should move on from Aaron Rodgers.
Bust.
I think. Look, I'm not trying to be a D-bag here. Honestly, I'll let you know when I'm really talking garbage. I think the Raiders would be ecstatic with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You put Aaron Rodgers on the Raiders,
Yeah,
they're a borderline playoff team, in my opinion, with that defense.
I feel bad for the Raiders because if you put any insert average to below average quarterback, and they're doing pretty good this season.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you on that. It's part of what really is why I'm talking so much crap. Hey, it's fun, but also it's so stupid. Ineptitude really gets me, man. Like, you knew your quarterback sucked. You blew the draft. I get they all went before. I understand that. But you didn't make any moves. You draft a tight end okay, you got your tight end in the first round. That's sweet. You don't have a quarterback, the most important position in sports. And then, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, your big offensive move is you bring in this failed offensive coordinator from Chicago, who, by the way, shockingly, did not have a great game on Sunday. And then it's like, oh, I can't believe. What do you mean you can't believe this? This is exactly what the defense played great. This is exactly what's supposed to happen. You'd better hope that defense holds teams under 20 every week, because that's about the chance you got to win.
Yeah. Start going for fourth downs.
See Pierce double down. I know what the analytics say. That's the worst thing you can do, man. Just say got the call wrong.
Yeah.
Just if you can't, I know what the analytics say. Yeah, they say it for a reason.
And they probably say go for it.
Yeah. 80%. And again, like we said yesterday, it said first time in 8 years a team in that situation hasn't gone for it on fourth. 8 years. How many games is that? It's a lot. It's probably 3,000-4,000 games in 8 years, and not one team in that situation didn't go for it. And then it's we'll zig when they zag. Had my wife wanted.
Oof.
I know.
Set the screen.
You know this is hot? My daughter.
She wanted a taco salad last night.
Okay.
First time I've ever had a taco salad with ground turkey. But what I did is I put the low sodium taco seasoning in there. And then I was reading these recipes, and there was this one. It's actually really good. I've never done this with tacos before. I've never done this. I've made tons of tacos. I've never done this. So you brown up your taco meat, right? And then you dump your refried beans in there. And you mix the refried beans in with the taco meat, and then it just makes this kind of taco paste, so you don't have to screw around with them separately. And, oh, my God, it was great. I love learning new stuff about food. I'm sure – I understand there's a lot of people who are like, what do you mean? I've been doing that my whole life. Or I don't know, whatever. But
yeah, but you hadn't.
I hadn't. And I learned, and I was, let's go. And then we did a jalapeno on the side, just for a little whatever.
A little kick.
This is where jalapenos are garbage, really. And so the jalapeno commission needs to have a conversation here, because
did it take over?
It did. And I don't have a problem with that, but here's my problem with this really is my legitimate problem with jalapenos. Half the time, jalapeno, just the right amount, a little peppery flavor, a little spice, super awesome. Other time, oh my God, my mouth is falling off. It's so hot. And how do you know? You don't. And I understand you can take the ribs and the seeds out, and I understand that. But I'm saying just a regular jalapeno slice, seeds and everything. Other regular jalapeno, it's like at McCooney, they have the pepper fence. My favorite thing there. It's a sliced tuna and a ponzu with jalapenos on top. It's thinly sliced, fresh, not the pickled, the fresh jalapenos on the top. And seriously, you go there half the time. Oh, that's wonderful. It's a perfect little bit of spice. Awesome. Other time, you're like, I can't do this.
Nice catch, Blanco Nino.
I don't understand that. How does that fit in there?
I don't know, but I love it every time.
So I had this new discovery for me, speaking of, is they now have these jars. You know those jars that like pepperoncinis come in and all that? Yeah. So they have these jars. I picked up this big old jar, and they're called tamed jalapenos. They're pickled jalapenos. They taste just like the jalapenos you put on nachos or whatever, but they're tamed. They're barely spicy at all.
You disgust me.
Dude, I can't. I don't know what it is, man. I was reading this food thing not a while back, and it was really interesting to me. It said it was showing like a world map, and then it was average spice content, average spice content per country, like per cuisine, all over the world, right? And then they overlaid it with a map of the climate and the average high temperatures and the correlation between the hotter a place is, the more spicy foods they eat, which was really kind of a cool science thing to look at. Like basically back in the day, whenever the day was, it was thought, and maybe still is, that spicy, not, like cumin or something, but spicy foods would help cool your body. So that's why, like in Sweden, there's not a lot of spicy foods. In Finland, they're not known for their spicy foods.
Can you grow spicy?
I don't know, honestly.
Out there?
I don't. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's part of it too. But then you get closer to the equator, usually it's like, ho. And then there's different kinds of spicy. There's like Mexican food spicy, and then there's like Thai food spicy and Vietnamese and like that section of Asia where you're just like, I can't even touch that. Like your mouth you'll be like one of them Game of Thrones dragons. And then the next day it is horrible. It is terrible. It is just, and I don't get. That has to be something. And I always wonder this, but sometimes I have wondered, like, if I was somehow, like, I legitimately wonder, the same mom, same dad, but my dad stayed in the military and was stationed in in someplace in Vietnam. And I was born and raised in Vietnam, and I was, by all accounts, Vietnamese, except, genetically still the same. Would I be able to just knock out spicy foods right now? Like, that's not spicy because I grew up on it, right? Or is it a genetic thing where it's like, nope, these are your taste buds, those are your genetics, and you are not genetically inclined to eat that kind of spicy? Honestly, I don't know.
I would think you would become a little more accustomed. I would think, but I don't know.
So. I like spicy to a point. I don't like it to take over.
Yeah,
my
you don't want to be
dish.
uncomfortable.
I don't understand why. I don't understand the people that are like, oh, this is great. I can't feel my mouth
while they're sweating.
I'm sweating. I've got snot running down my chin, but I don't get that. Anyways, fun day today. And one of the reasons I'm really in a good mood, I think, is it's return of Sean Salisbury, Jason. 8 a.m.
Looking forward to it.
Easiest interview in the business. Yeah. Sean, here's a couple questions. You're going to be fired up. Go. So we got that. Obviously, Niners big win yesterday. DeShaun Watson is a garbage human being, and we've got more on that for you. Sit back, relax. It's a Tuesday right here on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. We're right back with Leading Off. Ho-ho!
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence dyne test under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits. As a roofer, I don't have time to fail. Homeowners rely on me, so I rely on Beacon. Beacon's unique network of branches work together to get me what I need when I need it. And with the Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. Now through September 15th, purchase high-quality GAF with Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Go to BECN.com or download the Beacon Pro Plus app today. Beacon, always building.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Youth behind Bell left. They run Mason off the left side. A cutback run. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Feels great, baby. It really does. We clean up the text line here, 916-339-1140. Peppers grow in the heat. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, that's what Chris said. Which means they're going to be more in your menu, which means you're going to be more acclimated, And then on top of that, sweating cools you down. Right? Right?
Facts.
Jeez, don't get so fired up at 6:20. Jeez. Peppers grow in the heat, you idiot. Jeez. Somebody wants me to do a cookbook.
Who does?
Russell.
Huh.
Things White Dads Eat by Carmichael Dave. I feel like my menu is a little different than average everyday.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you've got like a generic.
You would
not
say that I've got a generic menu?
Would not.
I would say you would not have a generic menu.
Yeah, I mean, I do some weird stuff. I do some, not weird, I should say, but
I would say yours takes like a little piece of everything.
Yeah, that's the cuisine. It's just a little bit of it's fusion, Jason.
That's what they call it.
Nice fusion offense and defense last night for the 49ers.
Domination.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
What?
Well, no, just
What?
I don't know what the Jets are right now. I don't know what
they were
are.
America's darling. They're going to the Super Bowl, according to some.
I actually came out of that game from a Jets point of view. We'll obviously talk about this later, but I was thinking, I think they're going to be good. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get the he had some, you saw it. He had some amazing throws, just dimes.
Yeah.
And you had the Breece Hall turnover. That Niners defense is so violent. They're just violent. And I don't know, well, maybe the Jets aren't that good, or holy crap, the Niners are that good and they made the Jets look, whatever. Or the Jets are kind of okay. The Niners should have beat them by more. And, the Jets had the lead at one point. I think I'm settling on the Niners are a top 4, top 2 team in football. And the Jets are still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's their first time they've played a game with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, when they showed their schedule late in the broadcast, I went, oh, man, they've got a real good chance of getting this turned around quickly if they, take some of the elements that they did well in the game and take that against what seems to be lesser teams. Yeah, they could be like 4-1, 5-1, 5-2, something like that, and that's on their way.
No, absolutely. It's very interested to see how they do because Garrett Wilson's a stud. Breece Hall, he had the fumble yesterday, but even like the fumble, the interception that's just great defense. Getting that arm in, deflecting it. Everybody's just so aggressive. So it is tough after week 1 to make sweeping statements about stuff, but at 7:30.
Yeah.
We're going to have Overreaction Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we will make sweeping statements about everything. Big win, though. Big win for the Niners to lead everything off. And you got to be happy about that if you're a Niner fan.
Sure.
Number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
New civil lawsuit accuses quarterback DeShaun Watson of sexual assault and battery in October 2020 when he was a member of the Texans. The alleged incident occurred at the woman's apartment before the pair was to have dinner. This is the latest of more than 24 lawsuits from women accusing him of sexual assault and inappropriate behavior. He settled 23 of those lawsuits in 2022 and then served an 11-game suspension from the NFL. The league declined to comment on the latest lawsuit.
When Cleveland acquired DeShaun Watson from the Texans, they sent 6 draft picks, including 3 first-round picks. The Texans turned that into Kenyon Green, John Mechie III, Christian Harris, Thomas Booker, Damian Pierce, Will Anderson, Kalen Bullock, Tank Dowell, Kamari Lassiter, Jamal Hill, and Cade Stover through trades and everything else. Will Anderson went on to become the 2023 Defensive Rookie of the Year. Tank Dell is a starter. Kenyon Green starts as well, as does Kalen Bullock, Kamari Lassiter, Mechie III, Christian Harris, Damian Pierce, Cade Stover, and Jamal Hill. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 starters that they got out of the DeShaun Watson deal. And then Cleveland turned around and gave Watson the biggest guaranteed contract in forever. Now, listen, and we always have to, I know everyone knows everyone on the show, and we try to be good humans. But again, for people that are new that maybe don't know you and me, I need to make the sweeping statement. The important thing is that allegedly someone was sexually assaulted, and there's real non-football things here. And the justice system, he deserves to avail himself to the justice system and have a defense. And if he is found not guilty, then hopefully justice did its part. If he is found guilty, though, it's just boot his ass. And I got to be honest with you, I can tell right now, and again, this is a football take, not a real human being take. The Cleveland front office saw this news come out, and I would hope frowned incredibly on what the allegation was, but from a money point of view, absolutely popped champagne corks. Because if he's found guilty of this, that's their opportunity to void this contract.
Yeah.
Void the contract, and we'll see you maybe in a few years, DeShaun.
Oh, yeah.
If at all. If at all. Because this is now becoming, it already was kind of a serial thing. But this one, the other ones, I'm not here to judge which is where they're all bad.
Yeah.
But the other ones were like, oh, you were getting a massage and one of them things. This is like, no, there's you read the allegations and it's creepy. It's bad. So again, beyond football,
there's issues.
I don't know. Again, it's just such a weird position too for the franchise. Because on one hand, you're like, I don't want this guy. I do, but he has rights. He has not been convicted of this, and that's important. You have to. But dude, at some point you just got to look at the dude. Okay, you're yeah, we're good. Real quick here. Cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
Let's kick it.
The return of Sean Salisbury, baby. Coming up right after his award-winning morning show in Houston, Texas. He will join us at 8 a.m. He's back.
He's back.
He is back.
Let's kick it.
Football coverage is now completed with the return of Sean Salisbury. Very excited for that. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got an audio recap for you. The Niners beat the Jets. Let's listen to how it happened. Coming up next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, home runs have been a big story for the A's as they hit 16 on the recent road trip, and they picked it up back at home on Labor Day with 2 by Shea Langoliers, including a walk-off, giving him 25 for the year, including 24 while catching. In the long history of the A's franchise, only Terry Steinbach hit more while behind the plate. He hit 34 back in 96.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are. The Pro Court Championship at Silverado Resort, September 12th through the 15th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With world-class wine experiences, breathtaking views, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Pro Court Championship, September 12th through the 15th. For tickets, go to ProCourtChampionship.com.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich. different? Dasha. Did your boots stop working? And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
The 90th annual Marysville Stampede is coming to Marysville's Cotton Rosser Arena this Saturday and Sunday. It's a whole weekend of the best pro rodeo action for the whole family. Bareback, saddle bronc, and bull riding. Plus the BMX motorcycle show. It's just $25 for adults and $15 for kids 4 to 12. The 90th annual Marysville Stampede, Saturday at 5 p.m. and Sunday at 3:30 p.m. at the Cotton Rosser Arena in Marysville. Get your tickets at MarysvilleStampede.com.
Model year end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
I've always believed that golf is more than just a game. It embodies integrity, commitment, and a sense of style. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa, and I'd like to tell you a bit about Naturewood Home Furnishings, a business that shares these same values. With the Procore Championship Professional Golf Tournament happening at the stunning Silverado Resort in Napa, I couldn't help but notice the parallels. Just like the game of golf, Naturewood has built its reputation on integrity, commitment, and timeless style. Looking to bring a unique style into your home? Naturewood offers custom certified designers who can help you craft the perfect look tailored just for you. And while you're enjoying the elegance of the tournament this week, along with Napa's world-class wine and food, be sure to visit Naturewood Home Furnishings. You'll discover pieces with the same sophistication and quality as the game itself. Who knows? You might even find an heirloom that will be passed down for generations. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Just look for the water wheel.
Get your tickets for the Marysville Stampede September 14th and 15th at MarysvilleStampede.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Just a couple of notes. I did follow through, and I talked with a nutritionist buddy of mine yesterday. We had a good talk about it. And I now have the list of recommended things, basically a box to put together for the three of us, if you're still in, to do the 4-day fast.
It's 4 days?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did the nutritionist say this is a good idea?
Yeah, well, I mean, he said, look, to each their own. You should check with your doctor first. And but the bottom line to it, I mean, I'll get into the details with you off air, but yeah, he was talking about not only the weight benefits, but also the organs, the resetting of the body, like all this stuff that you put your body in this. But by the way, I don't know what the rules are here. Like, don't listen to me, and certainly don't take any of this as encouragement for anyone to do this. But as we talked about before, there's a lot of potential benefits to it. I just my thing is I will do it. This isn't one of those things where it's like a competition. Like, I'll do it, and if it screws me up, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'll just stop. So, but it was combinations of broth, water, electrolytes, a couple of multivitamins, stuff like that to kind of keep it going. And then he also gave me this list of and if you're really struggling and you're on the verge of quitting or you're feeling bad, here's some things you can do, eat, take, that will not damage the fasting too much. Mm-hmm. I actually think it would be fun on the show, by day 3. What if Jason's just yeah, I don't care. Just we just all turn into a-holes. Day 3 of the fast.
But I'm the one that's guys.
Yeah, Chris is always
I ate my left arm.
I love you guys.
To each their own.
Shoot up to a nub.
Spice.
Also, you know how sometimes I get depressed flashes when we're going through celebrity birthdays or whatever, and about 2-3 times a year I start looking up the list of like celebrities that are 80 or over. I'm like, oh gosh, this guy, the one that is always in my list, on my list, is always James Earl Jones. Like, oh my goodness, he's this old, and he did pass yesterday, so worth mentioning. Just oh my God, what an icon!
All right.
What a I don't know what I'll say. I mean, you're talking about Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I believe what I read yesterday was still I think he was the last surviving member of the Dr. Strangelove cast, all the way back. Terrence Mann in Field of Dreams. Just
Coach Frank in Best of the Best.
That's honestly, how did I miss that?
Sandlot.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about Sandlot. You're 100% right. Gosh, the world is lamer today with the loss of James Earl Jones, one of the top 4 easily English speaking voices in the whole world. And who would you say it is now? Is it Morgan Freeman? Probably Patrick Stewart. I'm trying to think. Who are the big voices now?
Liv Schreiber.
I was just going to say, does Liv Schreiber count as one of the top? Sir David Attenborough, the Planet Earth guy and all that. That's got to be on there. Ian McKellen? Like voices where you hear him and you immediately recognize him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so rest in peace.
I mean, James Earl Jones is that, like, whenever you needed a voice, it would be his voice.
100%. They were showing clips on Twitter yesterday. Somebody posted clips of the scenes with Darth Vader, and the first part would be the scene, and it would be the original David Prowse, the big tall guy that was in they originally had him doing the voice to help the actors, and so it had him being like, I need the plans, okay, or I'm going to shoot you. And then James Earl Jones, they do the done. It's like, I need the plans. And I feel like he was...
Scour the ship, men.
Right, exactly. And it wasn't just James Earl Jones' voice, but I feel like I want to know what auto-tune they used, because I don't think it was auto-tune, but it sounds like I guarantee it was something like he was talking into a metal pan or something. Like one of them disposable banquet pans.
Yeah.
You had the mic, because there's a tinniness to there that is... Anyway, and by the way, James Earl Jones GPS, how did that never happen?
I know.
How did that AI's got to be able to do that, right? Alan Everson.
Yeah.
Doing turn left. Yeah. All right. Let's get back. Let's get to the game yesterday. The 49ers versus the Jets. Good old NFL football. And Breece Hall gives the Jets the lead.
Aaron Rodgers under center. Mike Williams in motion. Handoff, Breece Hall running right. Cuts it up at the goal line. He's in. That's a Jet touchdown. What a drive. Third down conversions. The genius of Aaron Rodgers. Garrett Wilson converted. Breece Hall taps it. And the Jets have the lead.
That'd be a cool t-shirt for the Jets. The what a drive shirts, but you just make it an acronym. Everyone's walking around with WAD shirts. What a WAD. That used to be something we call people. Yes. A WAD. Where'd that go? Bring back WAD and turkey.
Turkey needs.
We've always wanted guys a turkey. The big news pregame was the sitting of Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, late scratch.
Should I change you guys' mind on my CeeDee Lamb Christian McCaffrey trade? A little bit? Yeah. Now it's like, what the hell are you going to do with Jordan Mason? What a stud. Is Christian McCaffrey a system running back? Where's that conversation?
Oh, it's coming up at 8:15.
Is it coming up at 8:15? Your system is a system right? Look what Jordan Mason did.
Yeah.
So Deebo Samuel featured everywhere. That's what's great about having that Swiss Army knife, and he got himself in the end zone.
Here's Deebo in motion. Jet sweep handoff to Deebo. A block and a dive for the goal line, and he's up on the goal line and in. Touchdown, San Francisco, and this one counts. They're not taking it back.
Feels good, baby. Speaking of Jordan Mason, he had family out from Tennessee. Everybody's there. Watch his first start, undrafted. What is with all these? Here's the thing with John Lynch. It's hilarious. His record in drafts is actually not great when it's high picks.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's actually really, really bad.
But late picks and undrafted.
Seriously, he just makes up for it. He just absolutely, if you just looked at that, you'd be like, John Lynch, one of the greatest drafters of all time. His quarterbacks make $900K. He was the Mr. Irrelevant. This starting running back was undrafted. Like, oh my God, he's amazing. Oops, Trey Lance. Stuff like that. Hey, I'll take it. Screw it. Whatever. Jordan Mason in front of the family.
Ayuk behind Bell left. They run Mason off the left side. A cutback run. Touchdown! San Francisco!
And Alan Lazard, after an early drop, tried to make up for it. His old trusty, rusty Aaron Rodgers target, and they tried to eat into that lead in the third.
Free play. Back to throw is Aaron Rodgers. Fires one up the right seam for Lazard. He's got it at the 5 into the end zone. That's a jet touchdown.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers realized, jumping in the neutral zone, San Francisco, he had a free play and took a shot right up the seam to Alan Lazard.
I don't know if you saw, but they were showing numbers on Aaron Rodgers and free plays, and was just by far better than, and he is the master of the free play.
Right. I did not see that.
Oh God, it was a really cool graphic. Dude knows how to capitalize on that. And honestly, it certainly wasn't Aaron Rodgers' best game. And I know there was rust there, and of course there's going to be rust there. It's really, it's not really, it is his first NFL game in basically 2 years with a brand new team. He played a series last year. Let's not count that. He's basically been on the shelf. It's been, a year and a half since he played with the Packers and was full strength. 13 of 21 for 167. But there were some drops in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Some key drops in there, including Lazard's from earlier. In the end, the defense just caught up. They forced the fumble, and then Demetrius Flanagan-Foles. What a name. Love this guy. Picks off the future Hall of Famer.
Lazard is wide right. Play action by Rodgers. Here comes Leonard Floyd. Rodgers steps up, throws. Batted away by Lenore. Intercepted by Flanagan. Fouls.
Maybe they should just keep Flanagan fouls out there.
I think you just said that.
And Diamador Lenore should get half of that interception.
For sure.
What an amazing play. Final call here. 49ers go to 1-0.
So the last snap, and they'll kick off the final seconds here. 5, 4, 3, and take it to the gun, and the Niners have the win, Tim. 32-19.
I know we have the recap of our pick six later.
Mm-hmm.
I'll save some of the thing. I can tell you somebody got their call right.
Mm-hmm.
We were a yard and a half from two people getting the call right. Juszczyk was right there, man. He was right there, and I was losing my mind. That is my favorite pick six call. Give me a Juszczyk touchdown.
Oh, missed him on a wide open one, and then the other one he was open, but just couldn't quite get there.
Son of a. Then he got it. He almost got there. Niners win. Niners win. The Niners win. And we've got sound for you from Robert Saleh, very familiar face to the 49ers, making his return. Kyle Shanahan. And when did Jordan Mason find out he was starting? Let's put it this way: he found out before we did. That's for sure. They've known for a minute. And that surprised me a little bit, or did it? We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, baseball and your Yankees. I think in the last month, 90% of my safer out questions.
I appreciate that
have been Yankees.
For the most part.
I mean, that race is the most entertaining by far in baseball. So they get some help. And what does it mean? Well, we'll talk about baseball and get back to the NFL for the rest of the show next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite news podcasts? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy with podcasts like The Daily, Up First, and 5 Things Uninterrupted at Amazon.com/ad-free. Just head to Amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
As a mom, I'd do anything to keep my child out of physical pain.
Dr. Pamela Maida is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon.
As a doctor, I know that growth spurts can cause pain in my child's feet, and that can affect their legs and back too.
Good Feet Youth Arch supports are designed to alleviate, even eliminate common pain.
Investing in youth arch supports for your child or teen is one of the best decisions you can make.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
It's the home opener for the Sacramento State Hornets this Saturday. 6 p.m. kickoff versus Nichols. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All righty-o. We'll go around the NFL at 7 a.m. Get back to the Niners. 7:30 Overreaction Tuesday. Don't forget, Free for Madness, which, by the way, is I numbered number 1, number 2, and A.
2A?
Yes. Please read.
Or not 2A.
That is the question. Chromeo. Meantime, baseball time. Safe or out? Question 1.
The Yankees called up 21-year-old Jason Dominguez, and he got a hit yesterday. Safe or out? This could be the difference maker for New York.
Yeah, look, with the closer issues they're having, how about some help on offense? Alex Verdugo has been kind of up and down this year, and Dominguez comes up. He's one of their big prospects, just 21 years old. Had a cup of coffee last year, got a big injury, and then just mashed the minor leagues. Absolutely mashed the minor leagues.
Mashed.
The Yankees getting more offense is just not something anyone else wants to hear. Still feel like this is a Yankees-Dodgers collision course happening. I know baseball would love it. But I do think this could be a difference maker. That's safe.
He has been a guy in the system that's been talked about for a while. And the weird thing is he's had some hype. He's apparently lived up to it in the minor leagues. Had some plays where he's been good in the majors when he's been called up before. They didn't have a spot for him, which is weird. I mean, the outfield's loaded. Once you bring in Soto, you got Judge. Stanton's going to DH. You bring in Verdugo. It's a full outfield, but they got to figure out a way long-term how they're going to get him in the lineup. But, yeah, it's a good thing to add him, someone like that.
Number 2, please.
Dominguez's nickname is the Martian. Safer out. This is an absolutely elite nickname.
Safe. The Martian. That's fantastic. I don't even know how the hell he got it. I'm sure.
Well, what's the context? What do you think that means in related to that?
I probably should have researched that.
No, but I mean, is it flattering? I'm sure it's meant to be.
I would hope so. Dominguez's name, the Martian, comes from an awestruck viewer of Dominguez in his home country of the Dominican Republic. Someone, it's unclear who, said his talent was not of this world, leading to his nickname, the Martian, also called El Marciano.
Oh, would that be better?
Yeah, Rocky worked for him. Mm-hmm. So I'm always a big fan of nicknames you don't really hear that often.
Right.
I don't know if there's any other. I mean, Marvin. It's the only
Marvin
other,
the Martian?
It's the only other one I know, but he was an actual Martian.
My favorite Martian?
The Martian with Matt Damon.
Mm-hmm. Martian.
And then the voice of the UC Davis Aggies, Scott Martian.
I would say, though, that he doesn't even have the best nickname on his team now.
Who is it?
It's Juan Soto.
What's his nickname?
Childish Bambino.
I didn't know that. How did I not
Really?
know that? I didn't know that. That's Circle gets the square. You're absolutely right. Childish,
so no longer elite.
No, it's elite, but
it's second level.
Yeah, in to use football terms, I would say the Martian is the Niners, and El Bambino, that's the Chiefs.
Okay.
Both elite, but one's just slightly better. It's your team with all the awesome nicknames.
You're welcome.
Number 3, please.
Speaking of the Yankees, with their win and the Orioles losing, they've opened a 1.5 game lead in the AL East.
Yeah.
Safer out. They won't be in second the rest of the season.
I want to defer. I want to go second. And you're not allowed to do the jinxes don't matter here.
I'm not a jinx guy.
Okay, that's true.
Every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
True, but I'm not a jinx guy. I'm going to say out.
You think the Orioles will come back and take the lead at some point?
Yeah. They play each other. I think they have 3 games left, maybe a 4-game series.
Do you know where it's at?
Sacramento, oddly enough. They're testing out the area here. It's just the way it's been. Like the Yankees a couple different times, like, okay, I think they're going to finally get some separation here. It just hasn't happened. So
15 games left. 1.5 game lead. And the Yankees will host. Will host a 3-game series against Baltimore, the second to last series of the season. That's fantastic. The remaining schedule, by the way, for the Orioles, they have 2 more at Boston, 3 at Detroit. They host the Giants for 3, host the Tigers for 3, and then New York 3 at Minnesota for 3. I mean, it's there for them.
Yeah.
Schedule-wise, that is not a particular.
What's the Yankees?
Let's go
check on the Bombers.
Let's go check them out. Still in the middle of the Kansas City series. 2 more there. Then they host Boston for 4. At Seattle for 3. At the A's for 3. Home Baltimore, home Pittsburgh. I got to give the slight edge on schedule to the Orioles.
Oh, yeah. I would say.
From the 209. Hey, guys, I know you're talking football. We're talking baseball right now. But have you guys seen the prices for A's season tickets yet? My buddy's business partner just got 4 seats on the first baseline, paid $74,000 for the seats.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
And remember, you got to commit to 3 and possibly a 4th year in order to do that. And sometime today or tomorrow, I mentioned this on Twitter, I'll just read what I tweeted, and then we'll go to break. I'll read it exactly as it is. Here's what I said on Twitter last night. As if you didn't think John Fischer was slimy enough, you're about to read some news in the next day or 2 regarding the move to Sacramento that would be hilarious if it wasn't so gross. Sacramento ticket holders will get their first real taste of being catfished. And if you're wondering why I just don't say it's because it's not my news to break. I gave my word to somebody, and you'll see why when it comes out. But
Fun.
It's ew. It's just ew. We'll take a break when we come back.
Gross.
NFL notes, including the misadventures of DeShaun Watson, some injury stuff going on as well, and hopefully some help for the Browns if you're a Cleveland fan. Not so sure about that. The buddy fingers of the NFL. We'll get there next.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. The Kings lead by 3.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Premier Pools and Spas was founded in Sacramento and has been an institution in the area since 1988. It was the place we called when we were looking to add a pool, and you should too. Their commitment to the job showed with their pride, their effort, and the integrity that started with the initial consultation all the way through the completion of the project. And as a satisfied Premier Pools and Spas customer, I'm encouraging you to enjoy the benefits of their endless summer sale going on now through September 21st. Take advantage of the last sale of the season and enjoy thousands in savings for a new pool and pool remodeling projects. So if you're looking to build your dream pool or breathe new life into your existing one, check out Premier Pools and Spas' endless summer sale and find out why they're the region's leading pool builder and have proudly been serving Sacramento since 1988. That's Premier Pools and Spas. Contract number 589234.
You ain't black to me unless you got a case of water on the floor at home. I walk around with my hands behind my back. Can I see your pantry, please? Or laundry room, they the same, I think.
You know him from ABC's Blackish and his latest Netflix special, Charlene's Boy, actor and comedian Dion Cole. My New Normal Tour this Sunday night at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Dion Cole live.
Hear that? The sound of water being poured on 800-degree rocks. If you were here in this sauna, you'd be so hot you wouldn't have the energy to move. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. Besides, after a long ride, a helmet sweat is way more satisfying. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without even breaking a sweat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
When it comes to fighting for families and protecting kids, no one works harder than our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover. A member of the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus, Hoover has worked across party lines and proposed tougher penalties for fentanyl crimes, stricter sentences for drug trafficking near schools, and RILA's law to make sure anyone who abuses a child is held accountable. A former school board member, Josh has fought to support school police officers, prohibit homeless encampments near schools, and increase funding for school facilities. Josh Hoover knows that families have been paying more for everything from gas and groceries to utilities and insurance. In the Assembly, Josh is working to provide relief to families, reduce the cost of housing, and stop Gavin Newsom from raising gas prices even more next year. Josh Hoover is making a difference for our families, our community, and our future. Our voice, our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover.
Paid for by Hoover for Assembly 2024.
It's the home opener for the Sacramento State Hornets this Saturday. 6 p.m. kickoff versus Nichols. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
The YouTube chat kind of gave me an idea. You know, we always do polls and stuff where it's like, hey, who's the best?
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Who's this guy? Who's the best this? What if we did like the worst? And I don't know, this is not a fully formed thought, but the first, like, here's an example of what a bracket matchup would look like. Like Vontez Burfict or John Fischer. Like stuff like that, where you just create that list and then you just have a champion of like the worst person. I know John's been in the news a lot lately, so he's probably a one seed.
I think that has a chance to get into a bad area.
So first thing I thought of was that too, and it's like, well, maybe we delete anything crime oriented. Like we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not having Aaron Hernandez in that poll, that type of thing. It's just all like people you just don't like. Does that cover, or are you thinking for some other reason?
No, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, you got to pull crime out because then it's, well, who committed the worst crime, right? Yeah. And that's not fun. That's not fun for anyone.
That's not a fun judgment game.
We've got Zeppelin USA tribute show tickets. As a matter of fact, we can do that right now. Experience the ultimate tribute band, Zeppelin USA. I used to go there as a kid in Vallejo, ride the rides.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's Marine World. Sorry. I just see Zeppelin USA and it sounds fun. Only at Thunder Valley Casino and Resort. All you got to do is hit up that Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. Look for caller number 4. And you can score that pair of tickets to check out an unforgettable night of the songs you know and love from Zeppelin USA. Only at Thunder Valley Casino and Resort. For more information, go to SacktownSports.com. Coming up in about a half an hour, we got more Marysville Stampede tickets.
Stampeding away.
Stampeding away. Stampeding away. Stampeding away. All right, NFL notes. Let's go. I don't know if we have an NFL bed we can use. We don't. Well, never mind. I don't want to. No, Can we start it in a second?
You don't want that for the lead.
No, I don't want that. I don't want the NFL theme.
I feel like you need a different theme for this.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just going to go themeless for DeShaun Watson, although there seems to be a theme with him. A new civil lawsuit filed in Houston yesterday accuses Browns quarterback DeShaun Watson of sexual assault and battery in October of 2020 when he was with the Texans, according to the lawsuit. The alleged actions occurred before Watson and a woman who goes by Jane Doe in the filing were set to have dinner at a woman's apartment. I read this. I'm not going to get into the details. I'll let you read about it. It just involves allegedly DeShaun Watson going to her house before a date and asking her to do things that just, yeah. And then getting angry about it and all that. Remember, he already served an 11-game suspension in 2022 after more than 24 women accused him of sexual assault and inappropriate conduct during massage sessions. A pair of Texas grand juries declined to pursue criminal charges, but he did serve his suspension after the NFL and the NFLPA reached a settlement in his disciplinary matter. He also had to pay a fine of $5 million and undergo mandatory evaluation by behavioral experts, amongst other things. Again, he settled 23 of the 24 civil lawsuits. And in March 20 of 22, you'll remember the Browns traded 6 draft picks, including 3 first-round picks, for Watson and gave him a fully guaranteed $230 million deal, which, I'll be honest, everybody kind of points to Herschel Walker going from the Cowboys to the Vikings as this actually might be that when you think about everything that was involved.
Yeah.
The contract, the criminality, the performance on the field or lack thereof, that might actually be the worst trade of all time.
Yeah. I mean, on what was given up, what the results on, even when you get through all of the stuff the Browns had to, for some, show patience with. Others would suggest, why would you even done that? Yeah. But I would think when you've had something where you have been punished for, and the organization, I think, is aware. Did they, what was this from 2020? So he's a member of the Texans. Is there any point where, DeShaun says, there might be more stuff? I don't even know how that stuff works. And maybe it's not true. Maybe it is. We don't know.
Right.
But, man, when your organization kind of feel like, hey, now our bigger concern at the time is him as a football player, and now you get this back thrown on you again, that's got to be tough.
I know it's innocent until proven guilty. I'm not going to lie. Me personally, good thing I wouldn't be on the jury because with DeShaun Watson at this point, it's believable. It's guilty till proven innocent. Right. I'm going to believe it until, something, I don't know how you would even prove it was wrong, but yeah. All right. Puka Nacua on August 4th aggravated, he had suffered an injury in a joint practice with the Chargers, missed several weeks before returning to practice August 26th. He unfortunately aggravated that knee injury against the Lions Sunday night. It's a PCL sprain, a posterior cruciate ligament sprain. He will miss at least 4 games. He has been placed on IR. That is Cooper Kupp looked great. Yeah. That's the good news. But Kupp and Nacua playing together, that was the thing. That's a huge blow for the Rams.
Yeah, and I think it's week 3. Yeah, week 3 they play the Niners.
So there you go.
That's one less receiving target that Matthew Stafford will have against San Francisco.
I mean, good news for the Niners, but you never want injuries.
Right.
But from a football point of view, that's one less weapon the Rams will have. Jordan Love will stay off the injured reserve, so that's kind of good news for the Packers. The bad news, probably, no disrespect, is they will be starting newly acquired Malik Willis in place. Now, I remember watching tape on Malik Willis when he was at Liberty, and the man is, and he is a specimen of athletic. The dude just in college it was one of those, like, if he can just be molded into XYZ PDQ, he could be special because his abilities were insane. Unfortunately, not much sign of that. He played, he had 5 attempts last year, but in his first year with Tennessee, when they gave him a little bit of a go, he was 31 of 61 with 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And I remember watching, think about this, Jason, he was 31 of 61. That's not a lot of time, but he had 27 rushes for 123 yards and a touchdown. Basically every snap, he was like, and would scramble for something or just he looked completely lost when he was with Tennessee. And I remember watching it just being real sad for him. He just looked like he wasn't ready. So you wonder if a couple years under his belt, holding a clipboard and learning has done something. But if he's anything like he was his rookie or anything like he was, then Packers are screwed.
Right. And, we don't know how many games it'll be. I mean, it's good that he's Love's not going on the PUP list, but still, this is a team that's got playoff hopes. They made it last year, really had a scare on the 49ers in that playoff game. So after beating the Cowboys, they need Love to get back, but they also need to hold court here and hold serve, I should say, with Willis.
And I don't know if it's updated or not, but looking at the Packers depth chart as of right now, Jordan Love is your backup quarterback to Malik Willis. Now, I imagine they're going to pick somebody up, but not putting Love on IR does that doesn't help them roster-wise. And I can't imagine in fact, there's no way they're going to this game without a backup for Malik Willis. It'll be interesting to see who it is.
Favre.
I mean, at this point, honest to God, Favre would probably be Favre or Malik Willis.
Yeah. I've seen him throwing those commercials. He looks ready.
He just goes out there in Wranglers, yelling at people. What else do we have? Roma Dunze, the top 10 pick for the Bears. Supposed to be a big, big target for Caleb Williams, the number 1 pick. He has sprained his MCL. That is bad news. Bad news for the Bears. As a matter of fact, no real timetable on the return or what's going to go on with him, but obviously not a fun situation for Roma Dunze. And speaking of the Browns earlier, they are signing former Giants, Kadarius Toney.
Okay.
I mean, I can think of issues with the Browns. Unfortunately, receiver doesn't pop to the top of the list. Not that they're, super studs at receivers, but you got Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy there.
Yeah.
Along with Elijah Moore, Cedric Tillman behind it. I've seen far worse receiving cores, but
it's the quarterback.
Something I was thinking about too as I was looking at the whole because remember they're playing without Nick Chubb. Jerome Ford's been great in spell of Chubb before when he's been hurt and had a great game over the weekend considering the loss. But I was looking at the whole DeShaun Watson thing because he's one of the top 3 favorites to be benched. And I was like, who's backing him up? Oh, Jameis Winston.
Eating W's.
Just eating a big chunk of W. So other than that in the NFL, let me see. There was one thing I wanted to do for you here, Jason. When it comes to the NFL, it was a comment from somebody on something. Here's Brian Callahan. This
it was situational. We were playing so good on defense that it's almost as if we just punted it on 1st and 10 every time, we might have won the game. The way that we gave it away. So,
hey, it's a strategy.
Yeah,
just keep your defense on the field. Just punt every 1st and 10. There you go. Yeah, why not? We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. Best game of week 1. No football tonight.
What do we do with ourselves?
And Jason, it's been too long. You and I haven't even. Who is the MVP of the NFL year this year? Not who we think it is, but who is right now?
Oh yeah,
we got to do it.
Yeah,
3 for Madness coming up next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
I juggle a lot. And managing constipation with belly pain from my irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, with laxatives and fiber isn't enough. My doctor recommended a way to get ahead of it. Then I said yes to Linzess. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
I know Chris went to a show last night. I had a buddy of mine who went to I won't say where, but he also went to a recent show at a smaller venue here in town. And, tall boy, those big cans of beer.
Oh, I know. You're asking me if I know that? Yeah. Come on. What'd that run?
$18.
Get out of here.
$18. Yeah, it seems like a cash grab as Chris looks for the right pot.
So what did he get? Like 6 of them?
No, he got 1.
Oh.
Cash grab.
What's the point of 1?
You and I don't drink, so we're admittedly ignorant, but number 1, I don't know what 1 beer does. I can understand if you're like, well, I had 4 beers. Okay, well, I mean, although part of me also doesn't understand, like when I was at the Creed show, I love saying that. There were just people obliterated at the show, and I've never understood that. You're paying all this money to go to a concert, and you're not going to remember half of it. Why? And you paid for that. You paid to not remember it by buying overpriced booze.
Right. I have a buddy that whenever he'd go to a show, he would end up just done. And so we were in Las Vegas for a Killers concert. They were opening up T-Mobile. Haven't even gotten there. And like, I noticed him like kind of slurring his words and stuff. So I go, hey man, I'm like, I'm not going to be your boss. I'm not your dad. I'm like, maybe slow down so you can remember this one.
And what was his response though?
He took his beer and he put it down.
Did he really? Boy, okay, good for you. Friends don't tell friends to drink before shows immensely. I don't understand that. And then the other thing is when you're dealing with $18 tall boys at a small venue, this is the whole Subway corollary. I almost blame, I want to blame the businesses, and I kind of do, but I also blame the people.
Customers.
Like, bro, don't buy it. That's how you get $6.99 footlongs. Don't buy, whether, I don't care where it is, whether it's, if you don't like the prices at Gold One or wherever, have some discipline, man. Don't buy it. Eventually they'll go, they have all kinds of mathematics for this. I promise you, they have all kinds of charts and graphs and whatever, their price points and all that stuff. The beer costs them literally $1 unless if it's draft.
Right.
They're 18x, and I understand you're going to pay a premium for buying booze. I get that. I do.
But not that much.
Here's the thing. People don't realize the power they have. You can bring those prices down. You literally could say, and this is, again, where we need the fan union, these beer prices are too much. Don't buy beers. And then and then you roll in with signs. You camp out a couple of people by the lines. You encourage them, friendly, not to buy the beer. And guess what? The prices will come down. Now they'll probably raise ticket prices next year to make up for it because they're not stupid, but understand your power.
Here's the problem I have with it.
Oh, get hammered.
Where's the money going?
Where's the money going for?
Where's the
for the beer?
For the hype. Where is that money going?
To the proprietor.
It's not going to the band.
No.
Which is the reason why people are going.
No.
Definitely not going to the workers working at the place.
No, it's going to the place.
It's going to, which is owned by like some conglomeration, which we've been talking about has a complete monopoly over over almost all live music in this country.
Right. It's just so stupid. From Ryan on the YouTube chat. Clarification. Dave just said the sentence, as Chris looks for the right pot. What Dave means is pot is short for potentiometer. Potentiometer? This is a rotary knob on audio equipment that increases or decreases signal strength depending which way it is turned.
Is that what POTS means?
Well, hold on. I thought it was a little slider.
Yeah,
it's not a
fader.
Darth Vader.
Yeah,
it's not a knob. Increases or decreases signal strength. No, I thought it was just a little slidey thing that controls the volume.
Yeah.
It's not a signal strength.
No, that's the call. It's a slidey thing.
It's a slidey thing. Why don't they just call
POTS
it
for short?
I didn't know potentiometer though. That's good. I prefer POTS. All right, 3 for Madness. Question 1.
What was the best game of Week 1?
I'll go easy. It was Lions Rams OT game. They back and forth. That's 2 NFC powers, if you will. Perhaps, we're still a little unsure of the Rams. Lions are the defending NFC champions, and the Rams didn't do anything to dissuade them being a power by going into the defending NFC champions' house on opening night and taking them to overtime. Apologies to Thursday's game, which I thought was really good, and I could understand if that was your pick, Jason. But I'll take the Sunday night game.
It was my pick. It is my pick. Thursday game. I thought Friday was pretty good too, but Thursday, the anticipation of the game, the way it started and the way it finished in between was fine.
Yeah,
I think those are two very good teams. I think we saw a little bit of everything in that game, and certainly the finish gave us some incredible drama. So I'm going Thursday.
I want to say one thing here too is, going into the fourth quarter, it was 23-14 Tampa Bay over the Commanders, and Tampa Bay ended up winning 37-20. Jaden Daniels was 17-24. He had 88 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. And I feel like that is the most under talked about thing all week. Nobody's talking about it. I'm not saying it's the game of the week, but can Jaden Daniels get a little bit of love?
Right.
I mean, he's a rookie lottery pick quarterback too.
Sure.
Lottery picks.
Everybody's talking about Caleb though.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Who is your ridiculously early NFL MVP?
It's got to be George Mason, right? This is such a stupid question, but I wrote it. I'm going to say Josh Allen. I know it's going to be a quarterback. 2 in the air, 2 on the ground. Bills win. Now, there's plenty of arguments for other people. The yardage leader in the NFL is Tua Tagovailoa. Baker Mayfield threw 4 touchdowns.
Woo, Baker.
And Derek Carr was insane, completing 82.6% of his passes and 3 touchdowns. You know what, Jason? I'm making a shift on the fly. Derek Carr is actually your MVP this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Derek Carr, MVP of the NFL.
Because it's week 1, because it's way early. Where's the love for the kickers?
Oh,
Moody hit 6.
Right.
The guy I think in New Orleans Blake Group hit 6, 5 or 6. Boswell hit 7 for the Steelers. They won. I'm going Boswell.
That's pretty
I'm going
good.
To kicker. It'll never happen, but let's do it.
This Jake Moody guy is pretty good.
Yeah.
I got to shout out Justin on our YouTube chat, too. I think Justin and Ryan should move out together and get they should open up a sports bar and call it Well Actually, because they're both very good at correcting. And that's a good correction, by the way. I said the Lions were the defending NFC champs. I obviously meant the Lions were the defending. You know what I meant? They were in the NFC championship game, so back off with your potentiometers and corrections.
Well, actually,
Dave. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
2A.
Number 2A. Question 2A.
We now have 2 full days without NFL football. Will you be going through withdrawals?
That's why I record all the games. I'm going to watch them back. See if they change.
I mean, it's not like there's anything on TV tonight that's going to be interesting.
That people
if someone is looking for something to watch, the Netflix documentary on Hope Solo is very good.
Oh, Hope Solo. What is she the one that was married to the Seahawks tight end, or is married?
Like best goalkeeper in
US
history?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does it get into like off?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Han's sister.
Yes, Han's sister. Also invented the cup
and the performance.
That's 100% right. Oh, and her
artist.
I Mio. Isn't that I Solo Mio?
Oh.
Can I say that on the air?
That was absolutely insane.
This sucks. No football tonight. That got you.
Yeah.
It stinks. No football. I don't like it. Not watching baseball.
What?
Screw it. My dad came over with my family the other night. I felt so bad. My dad and I grew up watching baseball. And then my dad, he walks in. One of the first things he says, he's like, I got the Giant, watch that. And Grant McCray or whatever did the thing. I was like, Dad, I can't have a father-son baseball chat with you. I haven't watched an inning of baseball, I don't think, in a month. Literally, not an inning. I think I've watched a grand total of 9 innings of baseball this year. That is on my
completed a game.
I have completed a game. And then
I've gone to a game and I haven't seen 9 minutes.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's so sad. And then he switched gears real quick. He was like, can you do something about the NFL overtime rule? Legitimately. It's like, Dad, my powers aren't.
You can't do something about that?
I'll call Raj.
Yeah.
Raj, get on it. He pants near. Fix the OT rule.
Well, actually,
Dave, it's not the NFL's OT rule. It's invented by Dr. James Naismith. All right, we'll not take a break yet. We have 2 minutes.
So, are you going to watch that other sporting event tonight?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The thing that sucks about that though
isn't it on every channel?
I think it is. Yeah. And I so desperately want to just like, and that's kind of how I look at that. It's like I just want to cover it like it's a sport. Like,
well, that's what happens. I mean, those debate shows. I mean, that's what it's like. 10 panelists. Some are screaming. Some are.
It is.
This was the greatest. This was the worst. This was.
They've got themes.
I think that's making it just awful.
I don't disagree with you, but it has become this spectacle, and
it should be banned.
The problem is that everyone's like, everyone's got this perceived bias. I just want to call. I wish you could legit like score rounds, just like a boxing match, just like score. Oh, that went 10-9 him. That went 10-9 her. 10-8 round.
But it's probably impossible to start 0-0. Those people, like you said, come in with
absolutely.
Everyone's got their own team now.
And
it doesn't even matter what your team does.
That's 100%
This is my team, so I am right. This is mine, and I'm right.
The corollary between being a sports fan and being a fan of a particular person in the world. I'm desperately trying to avoid saying the P word here because the chat will go crazy. Not that P word, the other one. But it is. I don't care who you're rooting for here. It's just everyone's got their, you might as well have. Well, I guess they do technically have jerseys. I've seen them. I've seen the jerseys.
Do you know who started like all of this is like politics as a sport type of thing?
Was it? Please, was it Martin Scorsese?
No,
because that would be weird.
Jeff Zucker of CNN, when he went from NBC to CNN, he says, "I want these political debates, town halls." Be like sporting events. I want there to be a countdown to when the event happens. I want breakdowns afterwards. I want a pre-game, and a post-game.
Well, then let's go all the way. Don't half-ass it. Can we get Mike Pereira in with the rules on the debates? Let's get a score bug.
Yeah.
I think you should actually have
mascots, bands.
Yes. I mean, they did do that for a while. Do you remember like those debates where they would have people in another room and they had a knob?
The knobs. I think they still do.
So that's what you're talking
That's
about.
what you know what? And honestly, so you put 10 Republicans, 10 Democrats, and 10 undecideds all in a room with their knobs. And
I think they already got you covered.
And they score, and then
after the start of a joke.
After each question, someone wins the round, and then what
does that mean?
Because that means that now tomorrow, where every show's gonna be like, who won the debate? I think this person. I won. We're like, oh no, X won the debate 34-27. It was a really good XYZ person was coming on strong in the fourth. Divided into quarters, have a halftime show
with a breakdown there.
With a breakdown at halftime,
a musical act.
100%. And then the candidates get to go backstage and they're drinking Gatorade and maybe eat a banana, and talk to their coaches, then go back in, maybe a wardrobe change. Yes, let's really go all the way with it. I don't even want to look at the chat. That was about the most innocuous, nonpartisan conversation we could have, and I guarantee you.
When is that Hope Solo documentary?
Netflix, whenever you want.
Somebody submitted earlier, by the way, we were talking about the passing of the great James Earl Jones. We were talking about greatest recognizable English-speaking voices in the world. Native Sacramento Sam Elliott is probably on that list as well. All right, let's take a break. Coming up next. Chris, get a bed ready. Not the sleepy kind. It's Overreaction Tuesday. I got a few questions for you, Jason. Chris will read them to us. We'll decide if it's a normal or overreaction. Coming up next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
A new Honda? Nice. Well, it was like this. It was a super hot day, so we all stopped for some ice cream. When bam, the AC went out. My dad started sweating and was all, man, I stink. And my brother was like, I hate this car. And my mom was all, I'm dying in here. Then I said, it's time to call Stockton Honda. Then Dad was like, honey, you're right. I knew you were my favorite. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue.
StocktonHonda.com. When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards going to see your favorite team in the playoffs. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can go see your favorite team in the playoffs. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but we cannot guarantee that your favorite team will make the playoffs or even finish with a winning record. They could easily lose more than half their games and finish in the cellar because they stink badly and haven't made the playoffs in years. Savings? Very possible. Playoffs? Highly doubtful. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates, not available in all states. We cannot be held liable for your favorite team's terrible and frankly embarrassing performances now or ever.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
The TaylorMade Tour Van is a one-stop shop for PGA Tour players to get their clubs to exact specifications. And now you can get the same experience at Hagen Oaks when the TaylorMade Tour Van brings their fitting skills to you. On September 20th and 21st, you can be fitted at Hagen Oaks and have your clubs built by the TaylorMade Tour Van. A $25 fitting fee is refundable with any club purchase. Whether you're interested in the QI-10 or P770, call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 to reserve your spot.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Carmichael.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich.
Be the difference.
Dasha.
Did your boobs stop working?
And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
Get your tickets for the Marysville Stampede September 14th and 15th at marysvillestampede.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
Coming up at some point during the show in celebration of the amazing life of James Earl Jones, somebody just unearthed an old David Letterman show. The top 10 things that sound coolest when spoken by James Earl Jones. Nice. We'll have that for you. In the meantime, right now, it's Tuesday. We're done with week one, officially in the books. Of course, because it's sports radio, Jason, we have to overreact.
Right.
Overreaction Tuesday. Question one, Christopher Laud. odds are there will be a different team, at least one different team in the Super Bowl. But it's good. I don't trust the Cowboys. I don't care if they beat the Browns 52-0. Stop me if you've heard this before. Cowboys start strong. I was encouraged or discouraged to see the Eagles look like they're bouncing back. Texans, Colts, I think it's still a little early for them. Texans mainly, but good young teams. The Bills struggled at home against Arizona. The Bengals lost at home to the Patriots. The Niners played a quality team and beat them, as did the Chiefs, both at home. The Ravens are probably the second best team in the AFC. I saw nothing to dissuade me on either side that these aren't the two best teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah, they gave us one game sample, and what did they do to say they don't deserve that label on what they did? Look, the Chiefs were defending champs. Niners were right there, had a chance to win the Super Bowl. And I would say of either of the teams, the Niners probably had some more built-in excuses to not look as good.
Yeah, without Christian McCaffrey. Ayuk had a holdout.
The Ayuk, the Williams, just everything.
Yeah.
Just the way Matt Barrows even suggested yesterday, it's just been an exhausting offseason. The Pearsall shooting, add all of that up.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And you go, man, this might be the right time for the Jets to play him. And once the Niners got in their rhythm, oof, man, they looked really good. And that line play on both sides was phenomenal. So I think this is a proper reaction.
Two quick things. Number one, you may have noticed Trent Williams played every snap until the end of basically towards the end of the fourth quarter. Played every snap in the game. Secondly, I want to ask you a question about Ricky Pearsall. And God, this is going to seem so insensitive, and you know I don't mean it this way. I'm just asking you a psychological question. Is it possible that the tragedy, and thank God him being okay, involving Ricky Pearsall has had as much, if not more, of an effect on this team positively than if he was playing?
Well, could, yeah. I mean, that could be.
I'm just saying, if that hadn't happened, and he's probably the fourth, maybe third receiver.
2 catches, 11 yards.
Exactly. But you could see he was on the sideline. He had the first responders with him and hugging them on the field. It was such a great moment. It was his birthday yesterday. Just the team, he's like a walking motivational factor for this team, and just a totally new spark. And I mean it in the most innocent of ways, that even probably the best way to put it is, even without playing, the rookie has had an insane impact on this team in a positive way. Next question.
Sam Darnold is your comeback player of the year.
I can't call it an overreaction. I can't. Sam Darnold, 19-24, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He looked fantastic. It was against the Giants. Right. Let's see what happens when he faces a real defense. And speaking of Ricky Pearsall, obviously the DeMar Hamlin situation was far worse. And Hamlin, barely playing at all, finished second to Baker Mayfield. Kind of makes me wonder if Pearsall comes back and has any sort of an impact over the final 13 games. Yeah. Do they use that, for lack of a better term, DeMar Hamlin effect to, although, can you be a comeback player of the year as a rookie? I don't think you can. So throw everything I just said out at Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, right now, not an overreaction. And the funny thing, I go back to fantasy when people were drafting. I saw a lot of people dropping Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Or not dropping him, but moving him down.
Yeah.
And to me, I thought the irony of that was,
I'm going to say that's an overreaction. I'm not ready for that. I'm honestly not ready for that. I'm sorry. On paper, the Dallas Cowboys look every bit a contender in the NFC as anyone else. If you asked me if every team played at their best, which is the biggest threat to the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC, my answer is the Dallas Cowboys. It is. But until they get over whatever the hell they need to get over, I just want to remind everybody that last year, their opening game was at the Giants, and they beat them 40-0. Then they had the Jets at home 30-10. Then they lost to Arizona, beat New England 38-3, going into San Francisco, and San Francisco bat flapped them 42-10. They were 12-5 going into the playoffs. And what happened in the wild card? 48-32 loss to the Packers in Dallas. So I get it. The talent is there, but I'm not going to believe in the Cowboys until I see them win a playoff game. And that's sad, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, it's tough to be in that spot if you're Dallas, because I think there's probably a fair way to react to them, no matter if they're 17-0. They've got to prove it then. And they've been good. I think they're good. I really do. But it's kind of irrelevant for that organization at the moment because they got to shake off the playoff demon. So until they get there, if they get there at 10-7, at 11-6, at 17-0, or miss it, they have to prove it at that second season, and that's a tough spot to be in.
Final Overreaction Tuesday question, Christopher Watt.
The Raider offense is going to kill any chance of a good season.
Yeah, I don't think that's an overreaction. I really don't. And I'm going to compliment the Raiders. I think that defense is the real deal. They were still in that game. Now, a lot of people are praising the defense, including myself, but the asterisk I would put there is that the Chargers lost Austin Eckler. The Chargers lost Keenan Allen. The Chargers lost Mike Williams and really didn't replace him with much. Their biggest improvement was Jim Harbaugh, really. So I'm going to hold out on this being a world-beating defense, but they look good. You play who you play. But Gardner Minshew, who really honestly didn't have a terrible game on paper, but watching the game, and I watched every minute of that game, a lot of that was just that you could tell the plays being called were to protect him. He still had the turnover issue. It's not like he was chucking it downfield all the time. I think his yards in the air were abysmal. It's what we said in the offseason. Yeah. It's no surprise. That offense is going to be the problem this year.
They just don't feel dynamic. Yeah. Adams is great. And I think Jacoby Myers could do some good things. Maybe Bowers. There's no run game at the moment. And QB play is below average. So
holding out till Tom Brady gets in there. We'll take a break when we come back. Hey, guys, we are less than 20 minutes away from the debut of Sean Salisbury for the 24-25 season. We'll squeeze in some Niner notes, including the McCaffrey thing. And why was Jordan Mason upset after last night's game? Visibly upset. We have the audio for you next. Hey, but before we go to break, let me also remind you, coming up later in the program, American Energy. Nope. Yes? Oh, it's just in the wrong spot? What time do we have American Energy?
Right here.
Oh, it is right. Oh, it's your bad. Okay. Let me explain to everybody. We have a prep sheet, and when there is a read for one of our partners, it will be on there. In this case, that was not on there. Chris said my bad in my ear, and I thought it was he misfired the music. And then I didn't see one on the list. Went, we're not doing it today. No, in fact, we're doing it right now. And thank goodness we're doing it right now. Because I was just thinking, going into the last break, I have not reminded everybody as of yet that my friends at American Energy Heating and Air are your friends too. They've been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. They are an A+ ranking with the Better Business Bureau. They are your second opinion partners. These are good people. I know them. I trust them. I trusted them with my mother-in-law. I trusted them with my dad. And I've trusted them with a lot of friends. Oh, and by the way, I've had them out 1, 2, 3 times. And let me, I've said this before to you longtime listeners, but let me clarify. I've had them 3 times, and I use them for both my mother-in-law and my dad. In all of those cases, I called 916-920-9990. I called, and I didn't say, hey, it's Carmichael Dave, the guy with the radio that endorses these guys that know the owners. No, I used my real government name. I talked to whoever answered. No special treatment. I had no idea it was me. And that's very important to me because I'm always grading our partners, too, to make sure if I recommend something to you, I would use it myself. Or at least I would recommend it to a friend if I didn't use it. 916-520-9990, AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy. Making the uncomfortable comfortable. Niners Notes next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
As a roofer, I'm always on the go. So I need to be able to get things done from anywhere. That's why I partnered with Beacon. With their unique Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips 24/7. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Now through September 15th, purchase GAF through Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Go to BECN.com or download the Beacon Pro Plus app today. Beacon, always building.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 test under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits.
High voltage live boxing action returns to Northern California Saturday, September 21st at the venue at Thunder Valley with Thunder Showdown featuring the undefeated 12th ranked welterweight in the world, Amari Jones, plus Alan Sanchez versus Sal Briseno, and 8 more exciting undercard fights with Maribel Guerrero, Blake McKernan, Gabriel Garcia, Anthony Hernandez, Ruben Torres, Alexander Espinoza, and more. Don't miss the Thunder Showdown, September 21st at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Fight card subject to change.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered FlexSteel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Silverado savings spectacular now at Maida Chevy with $13,000 off MSRP. Every new Silverado half-ton LTZ in stock after rebates. $12,500 off every Silverado half-ton High Country after rebate. And $11,000 off all new Silverado half-ton RSTs exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Whatever Silverado you choose, you'll save thousands at Maida Chevy. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/30/24.
All right, so Jordan Mason had a wonderful game yesterday. Wonderful, wonderful game. And we found out within, an hour about before the game started that Christian McCaffrey, some would say the number one non-quarterback weapon in the game, was going to miss the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
So Mason gets the start. 28 carries, 147 yards. And by the way, Kyle Shanahan doesn't rush 25 times. Just not something he does often. 28 carries, had a touchdown on the ground. Also, should be noted, added a catch as well through the air for 5 yards. And Kyle Shanahan, just to give you some context on this, at one point was, of course, asked about, hey, when did you know McCaffrey was not going to start? And of course his answer was, yeah, just before the game. Well, you have to say that even if it's not true or you're getting major fines. You can't screw with the injury reports in the NFL. I guess that got back to Jordan Mason, who had said he was the post-game interview, and he said that he actually found out Friday he was starting.
Well, why didn't you tell the rest of us? Why did you keep it a secret?
So somewhere between the national TV interview at the end of the game, I think it was with Lisa Salters, and his press conference, it sounds very much like Jordan Mason got a talking to. And biggest night of this guy's life. He's got family that visited. And you can tell that he is visibly upset. And the reason I'm vamping right now is for some reason I've got the short clip, but it needs to make it over to my light so I can play it. Well, unfortunately, I've only got 20 seconds of it. The long version's in the folder. Hey now. All right, let me see here.
Super easy to get to.
Super easy to get to. Here we go. I'll give you the Q&A here.
When did you find out that you were going to be starting?
When did I find out? Maybe Friday night, something like that.
Okay. That actually sets up perfect. I got it now. So that was the national interview post-game. Yeah. Now here's where he got to the podium interview. And again, you hear him say that there. Now listen to the tenor of the press conference here.
How are you feeling physically after that one?
It's all right. Just the beginner.
When did you find out that you'd be in the starting lineup?
That question right there is why I'm at. That's why I don't like really talking to media, because you say one thing wrong and then, I don't know. Just skip that question.
Describe your touchdown run in the third quarter and what that meant to you guys.
It meant everything. My family was here. It meant everything.
We've watched this all summer. You've been running really hard on the practice field. Did you feel like this offseason you did some different things that prepare you for this season?
I did a lot of different things. Caught the ball more conditioning. That's all.
Did Christian talk to you at all throughout the game? Any tips he said that you could share, just what encouragement he offered?
He did. Just keep doing me.
That's fun.
Visibly upset. That's lame.
I mean, don't you have to follow up and say, like, okay, well, can you clarify what we've got wrong?
I mean, in a weird way, I think the media actually did him a solid.
Very much so.
They did, because I think they could see how upset he was, and I think they actually strangely acted like human beings there. He obviously, here's what it looks like. He was told Friday he was going to start.
Right.
You can't do that. They left it all the way until an hour before. Then they announce it. That's what Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch say. Jordan Mason gets asked the question, just answers it honestly. Either he wasn't prepped or he forgot. He's not talking to the media all the time in his career. And he got a talking to, and probably a harsh talking to. And now he's probably going up to face the media, this was the best night of my life, and I just got raked over the coals for it, and I'm really sad about it. And now there's going to be, I'm sure, an NFL investigation.
Yeah, our teams want to know. I had my best game, like you said. Family's there. I was national team, like all these great things, and he seemed to be one of the most upset people last night.
Last things, I know Sean's going to be a little bit late here, probably. This was on the Manning cast yesterday. This is after the Brandon Ayuk play. Bill Belichick's on the screen, but you don't hear him. Here's Peyton Manning and Eli Manning reacting to the Brandon Ayuk drop in the corner of the end zone.
Jennings. Oh, what a throw.
Ayuk, he's a little rusty, Pate. You know, he's missed all training camp.
Hey, get signed, get in training camp. There's a reason for training camp. You need it. We need the reps.
Oh.
Get those contracts done earlier so we can get in training camp. We don't drop balls on opening night.
Right, it's probably one thing catching passes, running routes. All of a sudden, you're laying out for a pass, full speed, diving. That's why. Yeah, those happen in camp. You make those, you practice those. That's just a little rusty right there.
You're still catching balls at a high school field from some quarterback that's 45 years old, my age. You're not catching balls from your quarterback. Get signed, get in camp, and we don't drop the ball.
That's the best parts of the Manning cast for me, is you can see the quarterback comes out in both those guys. Yeah. And
that was a heck of a throw.
It was a hell of a throw. Yeah. And that's exactly, you're not going to hear that in public. That's exactly what Purdy, the offensive coordinator, the coach, they're all thinking the same thing. God dang it, Brandon. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll ask another pro quarterback, Sean Salisbury, and that's going to be a question we ask as well. If he saw that, if he heard it, and what he thinks of what Peyton and Eli said, plus more in the NFL. Sean Salisbury coming up next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports and sacktownsports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center for your Tuesday. We're looking at a cooler start to your morning. You feel the difference when you walk outside of that breeze in place. Temperatures will start out in the 50s. We're heading for daytime highs in the upper 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
You ain't black to me unless you got a case of water on the floor at home. I walk around with my hands behind my back. Like, can I see your pantry, please? Or laundry room, they the same, I think.
You know him from ABC's Blackish and his latest Netflix special, Charlene's Boy, actor and comedian DeShaun Cole. My New Normal Tour, this Sunday night at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss DeShaun Cole, live.
For most of the people that walk in our store, it's been an ongoing, nonstop issue, and they're finally walking into the Good Feet store. Okay, the guy that came into my store last year that has had plantar fasciitis for 30 years. I looked at him, I said, "Are you kidding me? I've been here for 14. Where have you been?" I helped relieve a problem that's plagued him for 30 years. I mean, how do you not go home and talk about that?
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
The 90th annual Marysville Stampede is coming to Marysville's Cotton Rosser Arena this Saturday and Sunday. It's a whole weekend of the best pro rodeo action for the whole family. Bareback, saddle bronc, and bull riding. Plus the BMX motorcycle show. It's just $25 for adults and $15 for kids 4 to 12. The 90th annual Marysville Stampede, Saturday at 5 p.m. and Sunday at 3:30 p.m. at the Cotton Rosser Arena in Marysville. Get your tickets at MarysvilleStampede.com. FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
It's not hard to be a mom. It's hard to be a good mom. It's easy to be a bad mom. That's so easy. But to be a good mom is hard. To be a bad mom, that's as easy as being a great dad. That's...
Nikki Glazer, Alive and Unwell Tour. Friday, September 20th. The venue at Thunder Valley. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. She's alive and unwell. Don't miss Nikki Glazer.
Thank you. Good night.
Get your tickets for the Marysville Stampede September 14th and 15th at MarysvilleStampede.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. The breaking, I won't call them the Sacramento, breaking A's news I spoke to you about earlier today. Not my news to break, but we'll tell you about that in the next segment. You're gonna want to hear this one, guys. Joining us right now, we've been talking about it all morning. Fresh off his award-winning show in Houston, Texas, the site of the victorious Houston Texans over the Colts. Former NFL quarterback, current sexiest man in radio. We're so happy to welcome back my dear friend, my brother, the one, the only Sean Salisbury. Good morning, Sean. It's me and Jason. How are you?
Good to be on with you, too. I'm doing wonderful, man. It's a fun football season, a lot going on. It's good to be back, man. Thank you.
Let's just get right into it because everybody's clamoring for Sean's takes. Always honest, always forthright. And, oh, by the way, played under center, knows a little bit about the game of football. We just played, and Sean, I know you just did your show, so forgive me if you already played this or aware of it, but a clip from last night's Manning cast when Ayuk missed the dive in the end zone, a beautiful ball from Brock Purdy, and Peyton Manning just basically went off. This is why you get the contract stuff done early. This is why you're in camp. This is why you don't catch balls at a high school field from some 45-year-old ex-quarterback or whatever. You need real game time situations. And all we ever hear is, hey, the guy's got to get his money. We respect that. Players and coaches are very, they're very kind to people. But Sean, do you agree with what Peyton said? Is that something you'd be thinking if you were the quarterback? And do they have a point?
Well, listen, if Manning says it, first of all, consider the source, and I mean this in a positive way. That dude's standard is different than the normal human being on the earth, and his grind, practiced in, I'm being serious about this now, practice in Indianapolis, practice in Denver, especially in Indy, did not end until Peyton Manning was happy to practice that how the drill ended. I'm being, run it again, let's do this again. He literally, not as an arrogant thing, but he wanted it done right. And you know what the grind is. I also talked to a former receiver that played with him. I said, what was it like? He said, you didn't want to disappoint him. So, yeah, in Manning's point, listen, I'll tell you a quick story, and then I'll share it quickly so we can get through this. But a quarterback that came to Denver, they were throwing routes on air, just routes on air. His first year there, this quarterback comes in, Manning's there. They're throwing routes on air, meaning the receivers are in route. There's no coverage. They're just warming up, throwing curl routes. And Quarterback throws it. Peyton says, what was the coverage? And the quarterback says, I don't worry, it's against there. There was no coverage. He asked him again, what's the coverage? It was against there. There's no coverage. Finally, the third time, he got it. Oh, Peyton Manning doesn't play against air when you're throwing routes on air. He plays 11 on 11. He wanted to know why you're throwing the curl. This is in the offseason. He wants to know why you're throwing the curl. He wanted to say, well, the Sam linebacker got to the flat, turned his shoulders, and I threw the curl in behind off his ear because we had leverage and there was a window there. That's how he wants you to think. So he's spot on. But they're both right. Now I'm going to tell you why. You just got to understand you're going to sacrifice a little game early on. If you're Brandon Ayuk and you're the 49ers, you're going to be off a little. It won't take long. But if you're Peyton Manning, you want him there. He's a grinder quarterback. He wanted his best there. So he's right. That ball probably does get caught. And I got news for you. There's not a soul on the planet who could have thrown it better, and you walk out there and hand it to him. You couldn't hand it off better than that throw by Brock Purdy. So Ayuk will make that catch most of the time. But, yes, Peyton's right. But the other side of being right is I'm not anybody's wallet. Why would I ever? And I don't Peyton would have done that to a teammate. He might have encouraged him to get to camp. But Peyton's not going to get into somebody's wallet and say, listen, come back in for $2 million a year less. You knew that wasn't going to happen. So I had no problem with it. Either way, but yes, that catch will normally be made. And in a game where it could have made a difference instead of a field goal, that catch has to be made as they continue to move forward.
Sean, as a former quarterback yourself, what is the value of, like, for example, last night's game, late scratch, Christian McCaffrey, Mason gets the call, but we all know that Shanahan, his DNA, he wants to run. They did run the ball. They ran it effectively. So what does it mean to a quarterback to have a ground game, no matter who's in there, that can produce? What's the value of that?
Well, the biggest value is trust, because you know when McCaffrey comes back, when he needs spelled, you got a guy who proved you in the opener against what really is, guys, they didn't show it last night. That's a really good front seven with the New York Jets. That's a good defense. So that's that trust, because you may think you know going into practice what the backup brings from training camp, but you really don't till it's real. Till it's real, and you got to carry the load the entire game, not spot where you're carrying 5 or 6 times. And he did. And, not knowing McCaffrey's situation, I'm sure most of the week, hoping he could play for the 49ers, and to get in and trust it. Now, we know Kyle and Mike Shanahan have great results running the football, but it's not just the system. The system matters, but Trent, they're pretty good up front, and they also have some damn good people to push with the tight end and Trent Williams getting their blocks. And the runner, patient. You've got to be a patient runner, and they showed it. So trust is number one, but for the quarterback, guys, look around the league. And I know Belichick mentioned it on McAfee's show, but I said it on my show coming in this morning. This morning we came on, it didn't feel like the passing game was overly devastating this week. And the teams wanted to prove that they could run it, protect young quarterbacks, run the football effectively. We saw it here with Mixon. Around the league, it felt like people played a little bit more old school, trying to get not lose games by throwing it, but try to win games and prove that you're tough and that you're physical. And the 49ers did not back down. That's another thing. Normally, when you lose a guy like McCaffrey, offensive game plan has to change. It didn't change a bit. Now, it'll be more effective in the pass game when McCaffrey's catching out of the backfield. But I love that Kyle Shanahan believes, and what that does is it permeates through your team that you can trust our roster. That's why we didn't cut him. He proved that he belongs, and now you get a big win against a team that is still a playoff caliber team, but sure didn't look at least defensively in the front seven last night.
The return of Sean Salisbury, Sacktown Sports. Sean, it's so hard in week one in a vacuum to make decisions about teams. Obviously, San Francisco, like the Chiefs, they're going to be elite until they're not. But what did you take from the Jets? Is this a team with Aaron Rodgers that you think can compete in the AFC for a playoff spot, or are we not same old but similar old Jets?
No, this isn't going to be the same old Jets. Their roster, Dave, is loaded. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of really good players, and they're deep. Now, Robert Saleh needs them to get to the playoffs and go deep, because if not, they will change coaches again, and you and I both know that. They have no problem doing it, and Robert's a good coach, and he's finally got a guy that he can trust at that position. And you can see that Rodgers still isn't moving quite like we expect him to, because he's so great at manipulating the pocket. He's going to get better. I have this team in the playoffs. I do, and I still do. And it's so easy to overreact. What we saw, they didn't get beat by a hack team. They got beat by the 49ers, who are a lot of people's favorite to win again. and they are loaded as well. So the roster is too good. They're injury-free for the most part. They're going to, and the AFC East proved after week one they're pretty damn good. We already know Buffalo and Miami can play, and New England goes on the road and beats Cincinnati. So it's going to be a good division. I would caution anybody. I think it's way hyperbolic and a major overreaction if we say Rodgers is done, the defense isn't that good, and this is a team that wins 6 games. I don't see that. They ran into a good team. They weren't sharp, and they got gashed in a run game. They got to go back to fixing it. But judging from the personnel, I don't see how they don't. And Rodgers will play better. If he's on the field, they immediately give you every chance to win. The New York Jets, in my mind, are a playoff team, and I think they're going to battle for the division when all is said and done.
How about the Niners? You've already kind of praised them. I thought they looked really good after maybe a little bit of a slow start, but once they got into a rhythm, the O-line, the D-line, they were just dominant last night. What do you think of their overall season outlook?
Yeah, what's not to like, really? You know what I mean, Jason? And I think we all know that. What's not to like is when they get to the January of the Super Bowl in February is to finally close this thing out, and they're capable. But, man, you get an Ayuk back, they can explode. They're versatile. They've got great bandwidth. They're proven they've got depth. They can protect the quarterback. They've got a Pro Bowler kind of guy at every position. And they're physical, but they can finesse you as well. And they've got I still marvel at the national thought of Brock Purdy. If this was Josh Allen doing this his first 2 years, we wouldn't be able to stop. If he was a first rounder, we wouldn't be able to stop praising him. Now, he didn't have his best game, but he still is so good and accurate. He's gotten to the point now you can win with him when he doesn't have his best game. So I don't know what we're asking for. If he was a first-round pick, we'd be praising him. If he was Justin Herbert, we'd be praising him. I don't know why we're afraid to praise a 7th-round pick who was last. I guess we don't believe it, but have we seen enough evidence the guy can play? Mm-hmm. And so when you got a leader and a guy who is a tough quarterback who can make the throws on time and accurate, and you got their personnel on both sides of the ball and their coaching staff, there's no reason to think when we're talking in December and January that they're not battling for the 1 seed. They are a complete team, but they do. You're not going to kick 6 field goals and beat good teams all the time. Was it 6 or 5? I think it was 6, right?
Yeah.
But it's 6 field goals? Yeah. Those are fine and dandy, but I guarantee you they're talking today how they want points, more touchdowns as opposed to field goals. But if you're going to have to kick them, make them. And that's a good thing. 49ers are as complete as there is in the NFC, and I don't think there's anybody that could doubt that. I trust the quarterback there as much as I do any other quarterback in the NFC as well.
Sean Salisbury with us. Sean, I need to make as I did earlier, the blanket statement for those just tuning in. We understand with DeShaun Watson, there are more important things than off-field stuff, and allegedly he committed yet another terrible crime, and we're just going to talk football standpoint here real quick. Sean, I brought up earlier that, the touchstone, the mark for worst trades in NFL history, everybody always goes to Herschel Walker, Cowboys, Vikings. And I'm thinking when you combine, forget about the reasons. That's a whole different topic. When you combine contract, when you combine suspensions, and when you combine on-field performance, I know you're doing a show in Houston. C.J. Stroud and that Texans team looks like one of the best up-and-coming teams, and largely, I think we figured out they have got 9 or 10 starters out of the draft picks they received for Cleveland. I'm starting to think, Sean, this has a potential chance of being a trade that matches up with that Herschel Walker deal.
Yeah, and potential being the key word, but you're spot on, Dave. I'm going to tell you, in this town after his rookie year, meaning Stroud, there's not a soul that wanted Watson back. And remember, we're 3 years removed or whatever it is from him being the leading passer in the NFL at 4,800 yards. But it's not the same guy, whether the stuff off the field affects him, the injuries. He hasn't been as durable in Cleveland, whatever it is. And we'll stick to on the field right now because we know the obvious stuff off the field. He's different. He feels a little more skittish. He's not as explosive to get. And now he'll make great plays. He's not going to play like that every week. He's too talented. And that team, speaking of a talented roster, when Chubb's on the field, they are extremely gifted on both sides. Another team that I didn't expect to get bullied like they did, the Cowboys just made it easy on their defense wasn't as effective. So, but they're going to be better. As far as Watson, it will be the worst. If this continues this play, and I believe in my mind, there are already people in that building, not just fan base, but if you're like Andrew Berry and you're Kevin Stefanski and you're sitting in an office, there's got to be a little bit of you that's saying, damn, did we miss this? Are we not getting the guy that we thought we'd get on the field? Well, he's been just a mere, shell of his former self. If this continues like it is, like some good, some average, you have 230 guaranteed million, all those players, a better quarterback now that nobody would want Watson back on the field.
Yeah.
Forget the other stuff. Yeah, I would say that it's headed towards, if this continues, as a team that they made a bad decision. They're hoping one game doesn't do it and they're a playoff team. But Watson's a big reason why they're not playing great. And that's a problem for $230 million.
Sean, I know it's 1 week, but in Houston, Diggs' opening performance, Mixon's opening performance, to go with what Stroud is doing, how excited is everybody down in your area?
Incredibly. They validated exactly not only what they felt about their offseason, but when they went and got him, that they needed a few extra things to happen for us to put them in that Chiefs, Ravens, 49ers, that class of when we talk, their names mentioned. I didn't say better, but mentioned. This is another team, what's not like. Daniil Hunter and Will and their defense, adding Daniil Hunter in the offseason, a big get. Drafting Bullock, look at the impact he made. First-time guys here in Houston. Diggs, a couple touchdowns. Nico Collins, who's been here, showing that he's a star. Joe Mixon, I said on my show, guys, and back when they made this decision to bring him in, that I thought it would be one of the 5 best decisions in the NFL in the offseason. And I think I cheated him. If this continues, he's durable. He doesn't miss games. He can catch it out of the backfield like your guy. And they got a guy who's a patient runner coming from that 49er situation, that zone scheme. Mixon fits perfectly here. And you saw, and they were missing physicality in the run game. That's what kept them down last year. They got it. And Joe Mixon's a full-grown man and a monster. If that trend continues with the way Stroud throws it in play action, they're going to be hell to pay. They will be around in mid-January if this continues. I think it was a great pickup, and I think Joe Mixon's going to validate that he was as important as any pickup that they had. Yeah, the people they went out and got to a man, all of them validated what Nick Caserio and D'Amico Ryans wanted. Production from your stars and added depth and physicality. This team's real now, I'm telling you, and they didn't even play their best game this past weekend. Bandwidth. They got bandwidth now.
Speaking of full-grown men, that is Sean Salisbury, the quickest segment in sports radio. The time just flies by. Brother, great to have you back. Great to hear your voice. We look forward to talking to you each and every week during the football season, my man.
Great to be on. Thanks, guys.
All right, take care. Sean Salisbury. Look, we're going to pause for 30 seconds. Not really pause. Jason's got to get us some info on our good friends at Gonzalez Law. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk to you about this breaking A's news. In the meantime, Jason, you got something to say.
I do, and you never know when you're going to need some help, some support out there. You don't want to be caught off guard, so sometimes we have situations that come up that we're not quite prepared for. Well, be prepared. I've got someone that can help you out. Contact SacLegalDefense.com, and that's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. And his team there, he will go to bat for you. We've talked about that before, but he is someone that can help you out in whatever area of need you need representation, whether that's an expungement, you'd like something removed from your record. Maybe you would like you have to go through a wrongful termination case, maybe an auto accident. Lots of different options out there, but you need to be prepared for. So again, it's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at SacLegalDefense.com. The number 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sacktown Sports Breaking News.
All right, we technically have it second. That's fine. Thank you, voice guy. Jason Burke of Sports Illustrated broke this. This is the news I was speaking about and tweeted about last night. Again, not my news to break out of respect to Jason, who had embargoed it. That's fine. He should get the credit for doing the research. But this is going to be very interesting for, again, A's fans in Sacramento. Can't call them the Sacramento A's. This is Jason reaching out to the A's and getting the following quote from the A's. Home, and home is literally in quotes, postseason games are not guaranteed to be played at Sutter Health Park. In the event a home postseason game occurs at an alternate location, A's season ticket holders will have priority purchase access for tickets. let's be fair to the A's. Let's start out there. We call balls and strikes. Number one, there's no guarantee of a postseason game for the A's. Okay, although there are people talking about it. They've been fantastic in the second half. They're a good young team. Now,
one of the best teams in the second half.
One of the best teams. Now, John Fischer will probably sell off all the goods, but hey. Secondly, it does not say for sure there will not be postseason games at Sutter Health Park, but the official statement saying home in air quotes is incredibly telling. Now, we had a texter earlier say that he spent $74,000 on 4 season tickets in the premium section. And I told you before, I actually have a really close personal friend who bought seats right to the right of home plate, went in with a bunch of other people. And in talking to him originally, he'd said, look, we're selling a lot of these. We're banking on it. When you get the Cubs, the Yankees, whoever in town, we're going to sell a lot of these games, try to make some of our money back. Anytime season ticket holders are following that path,
right?
Obviously playoff tickets, that's playoff baseball in Sacramento. That's a huge moneymaker if you choose to sell. And then I called him last night and I said, hey, look, don't say anything, but this is going to come out tomorrow. I just got to know. Did they tell you that when they had you sign a 3-year with an option for a 4th-year deal to buy these tickets? Was that part of your conversation? Now, again, this is anecdotally. So I want to be careful here because if it comes back, maybe my friend was dumb, but I talked to 2 different people that had bought season tickets. They both said they weren't informed. And he's livid. And he probably should be. And I'm not entirely sure that doesn't become a bigger deal.
Yeah, like the legality of that.
100%. Now, again, I don't want to get over my skis. Sure. I don't want to get over my skis here. I'll leave that to all. But at the very least, minimally, that is a terrible look. Not only is this team not going to have Sacramento anywhere near the jersey, but now they're saying, oh, my God, if we have a phenomenal season, we make the postseason.
Where?
Now, again, maybe it works out great for the season ticket holders because they will have first rights. And again, just so everybody understands, when you buy season tickets, that doesn't include all the playoff tickets. That's standard. You have to buy those and da-da-da-da-da. And maybe it's at Oracle Park. Maybe it's at the old Coliseum. I don't know.
And maybe still there in
and
Sacramento.
Maybe still in Sac, and it's all fine. But the message that sends, first off, I don't think they're going back to the Coliseum.
No.
Secondly, the Giants, would have to miss the postseason. And secondly, the A's would have to work something out with the Giants. I've heard the possibility of Fresno's Park. Actually, you and I were talking about that last night. They have a great park down there, and it's between Sacramento and Las Vegas. Point being, we know, and again, I want to be clear here, and I always do try to be careful. I don't know John Fischer personally. When I talk about John Fischer, I'm not talking about John Fischer, the human. I'm talking about John Fischer, the sports owner, because I don't know him. So when people say, oh, you're taking personal shots. No, I'm not. I'm talking to him as a public-facing owner.
Well, how would you know? He doesn't talk to anybody.
That's the point. Didn't even talk. I didn't even take questions at the announcement at Sutter Health Field Park thing. But I'm speaking as a baseball owner, as an owner of or should I say a caretaker is really what they should be called. He's a slime bucket. He's a slime bucket. And as I said in the article to Jake, this is one of 100,000, probably an exaggeration, reasons why you don't want to deal with John Fischer. I am psychotically protective of the city, and that's been my thing from day one, Jason.
Yeah.
I love baseball in Sacramento. If there was no other option, I'm even fine with them moving from Oakland. It's closer to Oakland. I could live with that. I appreciate what Vivek's trying to do to a point. But I'm so protective of the city and these fans, and this is another slap in the face.
What do you think? I'm always intrigued, too, by the thought process. There's always a reason. If this comes to fruition, what would be the reason? More people could attend?
Yes. Money.
Okay.
100% money.
But then, Reno. I don't know. I'm just picking a place.
Yeah, I got you.
You have to pay that. There's different things you're sharing with. Is there a net win? Or San Francisco, wherever the location is, it just makes you wonder. I mean, the torture they've put their fan base through is unbelievable.
And I don't know what the business part of it is, but I also got to wonder from Vivek and the Kings point of view, who have partnered up on this.
Yeah,
They own
they want it there. And it still could, we should point out.
Sure, and it still could. And who knows, maybe they've got to deal with it, or they'll split the proceeds from whatever other part. Maybe they both make more money. But we're talking about the Coliseum or San Francisco or Fresno or Reno or whatever. We really don't have no idea. It doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
They could go to Salt Lake City.
Right.
They could go down to Vegas. It's going to be October. They could choose this as a way to kind of prep the Vegas folks and give them, imagine that. You go through the whole drama of the baseball season. The A's they relocated. They're the story of Major League Baseball. They made the playoffs. Highly unlikely, but not impossible.
Yeah, it has happened before.
And they've been one of the best teams in baseball, as Chris said, in the second half. And you lead up to the playoffs. And all the playoff games, or maybe a couple of them. Imagine the story in Vegas. Hey, you're getting just straight up playoff baseball. Come see the Yankees, visit the A's. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you get first rights as an A's season ticket holder. That's an awful long way to go. Number one. Number two, I guess you just sell them.
Right.
And the city of Sacramento that doesn't get their name on the jersey gets to potentially watch playoff games played somewhere else.
They haven't come here yet, but what is the benefit of the A's coming here for the community? And I'm not saying like economic benefits of, people are coming to games, they're spending their money, blah, blah, blah. Like, what about the A's coming here is like, oh, man, this makes Sacramento a better place?
Okay, to be fair, I know you said to push aside the economic benefit, but that's a huge part of it.
But besides that,
I can't in good conscience at least not acknowledge that there will be a rather large economic benefit.
Community?
The people in Sacramento get to see Major League Baseball and other teams come in, gathering people. I mean, it's almost like, what's the benefit of the Kings staying here besides economics?
Right.
Quality of life.
Is there a West Sac benefit?
There absolutely could be. I know. The pro Kings folks would say this is a audition for expansion, which again, I've said from the beginning is the biggest load of crap there is. There is no chance of Sacramento getting, there is no chance Sacramento gets awarded expansion. No chance. The Giants will never approve it, and they're way too powerful. The Giants get all of Northern California. They're greedy. They get it all. They get San Jose. They get Sacramento. They get Stockton. Now, that doesn't mean every A's fan is going to become a Giants fan, but they're going to claim all of Northern California as their territory, and there's too many other places. We had the West Sacramento mayor on last week. God bless her. I really appreciate her coming on. I asked her a simple question: how are we going to build how are we going to build a stadium? Where's the money coming from? She said, I can't comment on that. I'll tell you why she can't comment on it. And again, all respect to her, because nobody knows, because there's no money for it.
Right.
We're about to elect a mayor that either one, there's two people, Flo and Kevin. One voted repeatedly no on the arena, Golden One Center. The other one's she's not putting money in subsidies into $1 billion baseball stadium, $800 million. There's no money for it. Vivek's not building it privately. It's not happening. Fischer can't even sell shares. Vegas Journal just had this yesterday. He hired a firm to go out and sell shares so he could raise funds. No one's biting, shockingly. They don't want to partner up with John Fischer for a non-majority stake in the team. He's a horrible businessman whose real estate company went belly up. He's a Nepo baby who inherited the Gap Fund, bought the team, bought the Earthquakes. Both are at or near the bottom when it comes to attendance, stadium, and success, fan-wise. And now we're an Airbnb, and we're not the Sacramento A's. And we're not getting playoff games, perhaps. And I'll save you the surprise, guys, as we take a break. I'll save you I'll spoiler alert it for you. This isn't the worst thing he's going to do. This is just the cherry on top of the whipped cream on top of the banana split. We haven't even gotten there yet. So there's your bed partner. That's who you're welcome into Sacramento. And it's only going to get worse. Just go the hell away, man. Please do not touch my city, our city. We'll take a break. When we come back, 4 down territory right after this.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And here's Purdy going to throw one deep, wide for Debo. Made the catch on the back shoulder. Touchdown! San Francisco!
And a back shoulder banger for Deebo Samuel.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Carmichael.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich. Dasha.
Did your boots stop working?
And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
Sponsored by Xfinity Internet. Enjoy ultimate control of your home network. Personalize your Wi-Fi name and password. Assign user profiles. View and control connected devices and more with the Xfinity Internet app.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Play and win to take your loyalty to new heights at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Sign up for Sky River Rewards, and you'll get $15 free play to use on your first visit. Plus, you'll be in the know about upcoming special events and offers. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hear that? The sound of water being poured on 800-degree rocks. If you were here in this sauna, you'd be so hot you wouldn't have the energy to move. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. Besides, after a long ride, a helmet sweat is way more satisfying. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without even breaking a sweat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Hey, real quick, some breaking news out of the NBA that actually kind of put a smile on my face. As a longtime NBA player is saying goodbye, and he's going out on top. Al Horford.
Oh, really?
Has announced he is retiring from the NBA.
Oh, wow.
Saying, I worked 17 years for this, and I can go out the right way. I'm
Good for
kind of
him.
paraphrasing there, but yeah, what a great career.
That's surprising. In the sense that,
yeah,
I hadn't really heard much about that. So good.
Hall of Good nominee.
Remember, it's basketball too, so I think he has a couple titles at Florida.
He does.
Overall,
That's true.
And,
Hall of Great nominee.
maybe
First ballot Hall of Gooder.
Yeah.
Definite Hall of Great candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Just a great player.
Yeah.
By all accounts, a great locker room guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, happy trails, Al Horford. In the meantime, 4 down territory starts right meow.
How concerned should we be about CMC being a late scratch for last night's game?
I may be wrong here, but I think the music drowned out what you were saying. Could you repeat that? Because I honestly had trouble hearing it.
How concerned should we be about CMC being a late scratch for last night's game?
Did the Niners a favor? Screw it. Release him. We got Jordan Mason.
Trade him now.
The fact that Jordan Mason did what he did makes it easier to deal with. But how about this, Jason? The 49ers won yesterday, and they will at some point, we think, imagine adding this to your team that throttled the Jets yesterday. Christian McCaffrey, Talanoa Hufanga, Dre Greenlaw, Ricky Pearson, and an in-shape Brandon Ayuk. I'm concerned because this is a lingering thing, so I'm concerned for Christian McCaffrey, and they're going to need him healthy to win a championship. Let's be clear about that. But in week 1, I actually don't have, if they keep winning, screw it, man.
Can't get him 100% right.
I say you sit them until they lose.
Yeah. Well, and it just showed, I think Sean Salisbury was right. We've been talking about it too. I think that Jets front group is really good, and the Niners made them look ordinary, and that was their line. I thought their scheme was great, their game plan, the play calling, and then Mason himself. I mean, they said it during the broadcast, and they were right. He was going to have to get some physical yards.
Right.
He did. And so he looked great. You don't want some of your best players hurt. So there's always a concern with McCaffrey, and hopefully it's a short-term thing, but it's nice to know that you got someone else that can come in and do the job.
Second down, please.
Rank the first-year head coaches that got wins in week 1 in order of most impressive win to least. Chargers Jim Harbaugh, Patriots Jared Mayo, Seahawks Mike McDonald.
I'm going to go number 1, Gerard Mayo and the Patriots. I'm really split, Jace, between the Seahawks.
I'm with you, Gerard Mayo.
Gerard Mayo is number 1. The Seahawks beat the Broncos at home. You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna go with Jim Harbaugh second, because I think the Raiders are a better team than the Broncos. And by the way, that was a road game for the Chargers. Let's be clear. That place was silver and black all over the place. But hey, they got some great week 1 wins, but Gerard Mayo, that's a signature win.
Yeah, that's number 1 for me too. And the other two, it could be either one, but I guess I'll go Mike McDonald just because it's his first. But Harbaugh is back though, and I think he's going to change that team. I mean, he's just been a winner, and they're going to be physical. They're going to run the ball, and it may not show its true win-loss impact this year. Might though, but I think over time he's going to have them as one of the better teams in the AFC. I just believe it.
I said Ricky Pearson. Sorry, guys. Ricky Pearson. Just get used to it. You know what I meant.
Well, actually.
Third down.
Rank the performances of the starting rookie quarterbacks in week 1 from best to worst.
I'm going to go Jaden Daniels, number 1. Just his team lost, but I thought he had the best performance. I will go, because they won and came back, I will go Caleb Williams, even though you could argue he had so my number 1 had a good individual performance and the team lost. My number 2 had really not that great of you could say a bad individual performance, but the team won. And then I'll go Bo Nix third. He was fine.
Caleb Williams of the Bears, Jaden Daniels of the Commanders, or Bo Nix of the Broncos?
What'd I do?
He just wanted to read the rest of the question.
Okay. Oh, did I interrupt you? Sorry.
Nice catch.
Nice catch.
I have the same order as you do as well. And it's a huge difference that Caleb Williams won. That team was so excited. That city was electric. To come from 17 down and to win without really an offensive touchdown was pretty impressive. No, Caleb Williams did lead the charge there, but it was Daniels, Williams, then Bo Nix for me too.
Third down, fourth down, third down, fourth down.
6 and 2. The Saints and Buccaneers are the top 2 scoring teams in the NFL after 1 week. How many weeks do they stay on top?
One.
Yeah, I think this is it.
This is it. The whatever comes back to the mean, whatever that saying is. And look, the Saints actually might be a pretty good offensive team this year. And not that the Bucs are going to be terrible, but that schedule change. You're not playing those teams. You're not playing the Commanders and the Panthers every week. They're going to get a dose of reality, and there's going to be some issues there. They are not the 2 best offenses in the league. That I can tell you. So yeah, I think about a week.
Yeah, had the Niners scored a few more touchdowns instead of kick field goals, they would have blown right by those guys.
They really would have.
Yeah, I think it's short term for them, but that's good. 1 game, they both look strong offensively, and good for them.
All right. We will take a break. When we come back, hold on a second. Why this guy? Why they say in the YouTube chat? Oh my God, Dave! It wasn't against the Panthers. The Saints beat the Panthers, right? I'm tripping on Dennis. Dennis is another one of those turbo chatters. Just Dennis, take a breath. Let it come to you, buddy. Don't force it. That's how you strike out. Don't force it. Welcome in. Just take your time. The good Lord willing, help the ball club. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, we'll go streaking before we get to Niners at 9, top and bottom 5 after 1 week in the NFL, and so much more. We're so happy you're with us right here on Sackdown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sackdown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sackdown Sports app.
At Fischer Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fischer Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FischerInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
You guys got a new Honda? Well, it was like this. My mom was driving me to school when, bam, our car started smoking. My mom wasn't happy, so she called my dad and said, honey, if you value your life and our marriage, you'll take care of this now. So my dad calls up Stockton Honda and was like, can you get me approved for a new car and save my marriage? And they're all, sure, Mr. Jones, we do this every day. And just like that, Stockton Honda to the rescue. StocktonHonda.com.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
You ain't black to me unless you got a case of water on the floor at home. I walk around with my hands behind my back. Like, can I see your pantry, please? Or laundry room, they the same, I think.
You know him from ABC's Blackish and his latest Netflix special, Charlene's Boy, actor and comedian Dion Cole. My New Normal Tour this Sunday night at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Dion Cole live.
Get your tickets for the Marysville Stampede September 14th and 15th at MarysvilleStampede.com.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not? It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
We go back to Dennis on the chat who laughed at when I said slow down. He said, haha, I think I need some coffee. Dennis. No.
It doesn't help, does it?
A great philosopher once said, and Jason, I think you'll know this quote. I can't remember if it was Plato or Socrates. He said, there are many decaffeinated brands on the market that are just as tasty as the real thing. Dennis, love it, drink it, live it.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hate to correct that. It was Aristotle.
Is there...
I don't want to be that guy, but I know you want to be right.
Thank you, Ryan. Well, actually... By the way, Ryan will just send me like the most random things on Messenger.
Yeah,
it was like he'll send me like memes and stuff, and then what do you do? It's during one of the games it was a night game. He's like, blank Jared Goff. What did St. Brown do to him? And just so Ryan doesn't feel bad, like one of my, if you texted me that, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what he did to him. What do you want from me?
I wouldn't.
I know. Who's hot, Christopher?
The New York Mets. They beat the Blue Jays yesterday 3-2.
Oh, just beat them. Just beat them.
They've won 10 out of their last 11 games and currently sit ahead of the Atlanta Braves by a game for the final wild card spot in the National League.
It's wild.
That's wild.
Almost wild stuff.
Wild. Who's not?
Slow news day. Well, this is a little different, but just go with me on this. Okay. San Marino National Football Team.
That's not different.
Yeah, gotcha. I'd argue they're hot, but that's fine.
Well, I'm just going to go with it. Going into Thursday, the San Marino's last win was on April 19th, 2004. But in the UEFA Nations League, they beat Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein. That's Liechtenstein.
Super Bowl Liechtenstein. 1-0 for their first win since then. It's their first win in 140 matches. So I would say that they are not hot because they're 1 in 140.
San Marino, not to be confused with San Marzano, which sells the best tomatoes in the yellow cans. Oh my God. Everybody want a good salsa recipe? Here you go. Take notes. This will be 10 seconds. 2 yellow cans of San Marzano whole peeled tomatoes. 1 entire chopped thing of scallions, the whole bunch. Throw them in there.
Scallions.
Okay? Scallions, green onions. 2 heaping tablespoons of garlic. You could use garlic if you want. About 2
tell the chef that.
2. I know, right? He won't like it. 2 tablespoons of black pepper. 2 tablespoons. 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay. And then a half a cup of oregano, dried oregano. But here's the key, guys. Pour half of the half cup, which carry the 3/4 cup of the oregano in your palm. And then while your hands are over the bowl, which, by the way, wash your hands and squeeze the tomatoes on your own until they're an edible, chunky size. Then rub your hands together like you're trying to make a fire or something, and awaken the dried oregano and let it slowly fall out of your hands. Do the Danielson thing with the oregano. Do it again. Mix it up. It's some of the best salsa you'll ever have, and I swear to God, it's so easy. And it is foolproof, dude. Now, you can add jalapenos and do whatever you want.
Careful with the jalapenos.
I say careful with jalapenos, too. And every single day it's in the fridge, it's better. That is a true story. Throw it in a jar. Thank me later. Somebody's got to try that recipe. Do it. Go back, check the segment. Let me know how it tastes. Somebody showed me that about a year ago. I was like, this is the best. This is the best homemade salsa I've ever had. And it's so, you got to use the yellow canned tomatoes, though, man. The ones from San Marzano. Anyways.
Not a fan of the tomato-based salsas.
As opposed, you mean like tomatillo based or?
No, I like the pepper based.
Like the actual Mexican salsas where it's like oil.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm fine with those. It's more like a condiment, but not with.
Friend of the family is going to be making the best salsa I've ever had on Saturday.
You'll be bringing some in?
I will be bringing
Oh, will it be at the thing?
It will be at the thing.
At the thing that I'm going to?
Yes.
Oh, now I'm really going.
Have you seen
might be
the
a
thing?
little spicy.
I've not seen the thing.
Really?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Okay.
Have you seen the thing?
Oh, yeah.
Sadly, you're. Also, he's. Wait, you said.
Maybe.
Oh, by the way, finally, a tomatillo, not a tomato. It's a berry. It's a true story.
I hate how like every fruit in
avocado's a fruit,
vegetable is just
tomato's a
like,
fruit.
Oh, it's actually not this. It's actually this.
Let me tell you something. A tomato is a freaking vegetable. All right. An avocado is a vegetable. You know how I know it? Why don't you try cutting up an avocado or tomato and throwing it on your cereal tomorrow? See how that works out, sucker. Enough of your garbage fruit fake news. Why is Chris laughing?
I was picturing somebody doing that and just being like, this isn't a fruit.
Yeah, now call it a fruit, ass.
Yeah,
it's not
but how
happening.
about when you put berries or grapes in like a salad?
Oh, it's hit or miss for me, dude. Sometimes fruit and salad's good.
Fruit salad.
But fruit salad is good, but fruit in salad, like, maybe them golden craisins. Those are okay. You start getting into strawberries and salads, and don't put your fruit anywhere near a potato salad for me.
In a potato salad?
Oh, yeah, raisins in a potato salad? GTFO.
Yeah, that.
Get the flarn out of here.
Yeah, flarn.
All right, let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? Streaking.
The flarn out of here. Is flarn a dessert?
Mexican
restaurant?
Flarn. Yeah, that was actually invented here, though. Yeah, you order flarn for dessert, and film flarn has the chocolate topping on it.
My grandma's house is right next to 65th and Farm.
When I'm done with this radio thing, it won't be successful, but I really do think more and more I'm starting a YouTube cooking channel. I'm just for myself, just doing a cooking channel. Nate's pointing to, like you'll film it? No, because it'll be in like black and white. And I'll be cooking in slow-mo. Then at the end, it'll be like bubbles. Makes no sense. Let's go streaking, please.
I'd give you a thumbs up under YouTube.
Would you?
Streaking, yeah.
Give me I hope MC come over. And, he's just
sampling,
asking for thumbs up and just raking the show over the coals.
Let's see. Streaking, Dave, you're at 1. I'm at 1. Chris is at 0 going. So we need to get going here. Trying to break some records before the end of the season. Dave, you took Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani!
Trying to get to 2. He had 4 plate appearances. He got 2 hits.
Yeah, boy! Let's go.
Dave is at 2.
We're like, let's go, hey Ohtani.
I'm at 1, trying to get to 2. I took Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets. Chris just said they're hot.
Yes.
Lindor is not. He went over.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you
And Chris is
what a loser.
0. And he took Jackson Holiday.
Come on.
Jackson Holiday was in the very difficult position, Dave. He did not start, but he got a plate appearance. So only one.
Come on.
There's only one way to find out. Chris, let's see. He's drowning.
He's trying slow-mo it.
He's not going to get 0 for 1. He's at 0. So Dave is the show leader. You need to go first. You're at 2. Chris and I are at 0.
The great thing about Jackson Holiday is either way it's fun.
It is. Now that we have the slowdown.
Now we have the slowdown version. I've not taken Jackson
No,
Holiday.
you're 2 right now. We're Altuve and Ohtani.
Give me Altuve, Ohtani. There's nothing that sounds like that probably that I can think of. Steve Balboni's retired for a long time. Give me Jackson Holiday.
Okay. I'm going to take Stephen Kwan of the Guardians. Chris.
I don't know if I trust Holiday. I'm going to take Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. Well, good. At least we have a Holiday on there.
I think we should have a rule that we can't. Whoever picks Holiday first, that's their guy. Because then we use up somebody else's turn to take Jackson Holiday.
Good point.
Yeah, it should all be separate.
That's the Jackson Holiday rule.
The Jackson Holiday rule.
So there you go.
Anybody seen? Of course, that's stupid. Looking at the replay now. Anybody seen Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, I thought you were seeing it yesterday.
I was going to, but then I remembered I had that concert last night, and too much
in one day.
Maybe I'll see it today.
Am I wrong? For I've said this before, but like I'm waiting until like third or fourth week of October.
So it's a Blockbuster.
Chris thinks it's gonna be a Hollywood Video by then.
I'm
But
telling you,
it's just like a good fall movie.
You have to wait for fall, Halloween.
Oh, then we're waiting until December 3rd.
Holiday. Hey, Buddy Hield's in the chat.
Yeah.
What's
he up to?
I don't know. He keeps making typos though. Is he having trouble with his fingers? Splash Brother. The new Splash Brother, Buddy Hield. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, it's 9 a.m. You know what that means?
I do.
It's 1 hour before 10.
That's right.
Also, Niners at 9. Their opening win, we got audio galore. And what did or didn't you like? Yays and nays from the Niners opening victory over the Jets. We'll do that next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome hard challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Model Year End pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the Model Year End event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
I've always believed that golf is more than just a game. It embodies integrity, commitment, and a sense of style. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa, and I'd like to tell you a bit about Naturewood Home Furnishings, a business that shares these same values. With the Procore Championship Professional Golf Tournament happening at the stunning Silverado Resort in Napa, I couldn't help but notice the parallels. Just like the game of golf, Naturewood has built its reputation on integrity, commitment, and timeless style. Looking to bring a unique style into your home? Naturewood offers custom certified designers who can help you craft the perfect look tailored just for you. And while you're enjoying the elegance of the tournament this week, along with Napa's world-class wine and food, be sure to visit Naturewood Home Furnishings. You'll discover pieces with the same sophistication and quality as the game itself. Who knows? You might even find an heirloom that will be passed down for generations. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Just look for the water wheel.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Since you probably can't afford your own sports psychologist, Golf Monthly's Fergus Bissett offers 5 golf psychology tips to help you play better. First, stay in the present. If your mind is ahead of you, how can you focus on the shot at hand? Second, every shot is a new challenge. The objective of every shot is to get the ball in the hole in the least amount of strokes. Go do it. 3, the past is the past. Many of us dwell on the past. Not good. Clear your mind and move on to the next shot. 4, never surrender. Some give up on their rounds too quickly. Your fortunes on the course can change with one swing or one decent break. Lastly, stay positive on the greens. If you're having one of those days where the putts don't drop, Focus on the positives. If you're putting on your intended line, that's a good thing. Keep it up and they'll begin to fall. And remember, it's a game, so go out there and have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song. And when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Said on the text line, Dave, are you getting the PS5 Pro? They just announced it, $700.
What's different about
This
that?
seems like a cash grab.
PS, no. I got a PS5, and they always come out with the Pro. And it's like,
What's different?
I don't know. I'm sure it's like better graphics, sort of, and better. I don't know. There's gonna be some humdinger on it that lets you do something. I don't know.
I think I read something that's like AI assisted or something like that.
Well, hey, if it's AI assisted, where like I'm holding the ring and I get killed for the 90th time, and if I hit him in the groin, I might think about it. But no, I don't play online.
Oh, you get a game changer with it.
Yeah, right. Like I don't play against people online. I don't like getting do that. And the graphics are fine. I'm good with them. I don't need to play Horizon Zero Dawn in Super 8K. Like it's cool, man.
I'm sorry to take this turn, but I'm going to ask because I just heard about this something recently.
Yeah.
Was there a thing with like Nintendo if you got stuck on a level or something that you can
100%.
What?
There's a whole documentary on the whole thing that I saw.
You called the number.
Because it was, dude, they made money. It was, it cost. Yeah, there was an HBO documentary on the whole thing where you'd have people call in and ask questions. It was God knows how much per minute, but yeah, people made money.
If you've ever been stumped by Nintendo, which I'm sure you have, listen up.
You'll be happy to hear this. The computer game company has a team of experts ready to answer all your questions about Super Mario and all the rest.
Yeah, these people play video games
Game
constantly, so we thought it sounded like the perfect gig for our David Rose.
Nintendo Gameplay, this is Terrell. How can I help you?
They hold the keys to a magical world.
Okay, so you got zapped into the dark world then, right? Every time I'm in Cool Mountain, you talk to the snowman's head.
Offer solution when you're stuck.
You stand on the right where those little dark spots is, and then use the mirror.
Oh, I'm not a bunny anymore.
You're not a bunny anymore.
By the way, can I just tell you,
I'm not a cat.
I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat, Judge. This is 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Obviously, that can the whole thing, but I can tell you right now, there's about 17 drops. I've already heard 3. I'm not a bunny anymore. I want, what do you say? Step on the dark spot. Now you're not a ghost. Like, let's go. You know who's not a bunny anymore? The 49ers.
No, they're not.
They didn't need game counselors.
They figured it out on their own.
They absolutely did, but it looked a little oogie at first. They might have needed to call those game counselors after Grease all scored.
Aaron Rodgers under center. Mike Williams and handoff, Brees Hall running right, cuts it up at the goal line. He's in. At the touchdown. What a run! Down conversion. A genius of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Wilson converted. Brees Hall taps it, and the Jets have the lead.
Yeah, how'd that end up, Dingle? You wad. Devo Samuel helping fill in the gaps for an injured Christian McCaffrey got in.
Devo in motion, gets me pinned off to Devo. Block the tie to the goal line. He's up on the goal line and in. Touchdown! San Francisco, and this one counts. They're not taking it back.
Oh, great, baby.
That's right. Jordan Mason had the night of his life.
Ayuk behind Bell left. They run Mason off the left side. A cutback run. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Hey, there you go. Niners win 32-19. Kyle Shanahan was asked about benching Christian McCaffrey before the game.
Just seems like they'll bother him all week. There's a little too much today. Game time decision. He came in just talking to him about it, still there. Thought it was going to be smart to keep him out, and glad we did.
He was also asked when Jordan Mason was told he was starting.
Jordan said after the game he was told on Friday night he was going to start. When did Christian start feeling right?
I never told Jordan he was going to start. Told me he had to be ready a bunch, but I might have been Robbie or somebody trying to pump him up. But I knew he was going to have to play a lot. I told him that he was going to have to. It was going to be like usual. He was going to be a number 2 back that was spring a lot of the time. No, he didn't know he for sure was doing that the whole day.
So, but what about Jordan Mason being asked about when he was told he was going to start?
When did you find out he started?
That question right there is where I'm at. That's why I don't like really talking to media, because you say one thing wrong, and I don't know. Just skip that question.
Agitated. Robert Saleh, familiar with the 49ers, their former defensive coordinator. He spoke about them after the game.
Anytime you get run on like that, and credit to them, like I said, they championship outfit, and they introduced us to some championship football, and get that.
Everybody's saying when we speak the audio. Anything we do about that? Probably not. I don't know.
When we speak?
It's not just Ryan saying it. It's Turbo Dennis. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were given.
That's the audio we're given. Hey, you know what? It is what it is. We should honestly have not like, what would it be? Not a sign language lady, but like or man, but like someone that's just like put on subtitles,
closed caption,
closed captioning. There you go. Probably wouldn't. Oh God, the closed captioning on this show. Here's Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Aaron, what went wrong?
Yeah, we were just bad on first and second down, I think, for a lot of the game. And, we had a couple of drives. We converted third down. But overall, I feel like we didn't have any 3rd and 10 pluses tonight. So that's always a good thing when you're looking at the stat sheet. But we didn't convert those 3rd and mediums. We had a drop. We had a couple penalties and a bad throw. So not the correct. But overall, I feel good about our guys. That the protection was really good tonight. We just were a little bit off in the run game. Couldn't get Reese going. Couldn't get enough space. A lot to put on.
Okay. Lastly, Aaron, what do you think about the 49ers?
Championship level group. That's someone we've seen a lot of talented Niners teams. Would you say it's a fair assessment?
I would. Yeah. They are a championship level group. I hope we see them there.
I don't know if you're going to agree with this or not, but one thing, if I was Robert Saleh, I would have the Jets do within the next couple of weeks is go see the Marysville Stampede. It's really something that could turn a season around.
Team bonding.
Team bonding. And, weirdly enough, it's returning to North California this weekend for what they're calling, Jason, September's biggest party, celebrating Western heritage. And Sacktown Sports wants to get you back in the rodeo of things. All you got to do is hit up the hotline right now. Jason, we're looking for caller number 2. Caller number 2 to score our family 4-packs to check out the Marysville Stampede this Saturday and Sunday at Riverfront Park in beautiful downtown Marysville. And this just in, if the Marysville Stampede makes the playoffs, you will be able to see it at Riverfront Park. How about that? More info.
Hello, the Buckaroos! It's midnight, yahoo!
Actual audio from the Stampede itself. For more info, sports.com. What grade do you give the Niners, Jason?
An A.
A?
Yeah. I mean, I would say there's so much more to like than concerns. I mean, the biggest concern was the injury before the game, right? To Christian McCaffrey. We don't know how long that's going to linger. So take him out of the lineup. I know right away, it's like, wow. Before kickoff, no McCaffrey. You could make the argument, look, you just added Ayuk, Williams. The Jets are probably the wrong team to play. This might not go the Niners' way. They had that opening drive that did nothing. After that, 8 straight scoring drives for the Niners?
Yeah.
The line dominated the game, both lines. The Jets just never really got pressure on Purdy. He made enough quality throws. They spread the ball around. I thought the scheme and the play calling was great. I think Kyle Shanahan had a good game. So, to me, probably 10, 20 positives. It's nitpicking here. The only negatives I would say is based on the injury, we got to see Jordan Mason. That was great. But they had to run Debo quite a bit. That just, the less wear and tear. Obviously, it's a physical sport that your main players have. And then the other one, this has probably been a Niner complaint I've had for about 4 or 5 years. It didn't cost them. I don't know. Sometimes it might. But by the end of the game, Moody hit 6 field goals.
Right.
They scored 8 times. If those are 8 touchdowns, you're 56 points. I mean, you're leaving a lot of points off the board. And more so when it was early in the game. I think they had 5 scores and the Jets had 1, but it was 4 field goals and a touchdown. It was 19-7. Like, they've scored 5 times, and this game isn't over. So that would be the only thing. They made all the kicks. They drove the ball, and scheme, execution, play calling, tackling, defense was good. Yeah, I thought they were awesome.
Who was your MVP for the Niners?
It's tough to not give it to Mason. I mean, the lines probably O-line and D-line should get maybe as much love, but I mean, that was pretty spectacular performance because he had to get some of those yards by himself too, but the line was great for him.
We will take a break. When we return, how about, look, we're doing everything after week 1. Screw it. It's kind of fun to save these and go back through it at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. How about your top and bottom 5 in the NFL after week 1? We'll get to that right after this.
Subscribe to Sackdown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Rock, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys, live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus new archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/SacktownSports. Have you heard you can listen to your favorite news podcast ad-free? Good news. With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Enjoy shows like The Daily, Up First, and Consider This, available ad-free on Amazon Music. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free. That's amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Boy, hey, you okay? You don't know what miss those. Oh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish. You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Hey, you're moving better than you were last week. Definitely. Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. More on Metamucil.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right. Hearing this song and many others at the Super Bowl Licks in New Orleans, first week of February. We've got our top and bottom 5 in the NFL after week 1. And it's week 1, which means it's the opportune time to do these lists. And it means everything to everybody. Now, of course, because I'm me, I wrote my bottom 5 in the top 5 and my top 5 in the bottom 5. But I can decipher that. And I assume, Jason, you want to start with top or bottom 5?
Let's go with the worst.
Okay, worst. And we're going to go from 5th worst down to the worst.
28
right?
to the worst, 32.
Your 5th worst team is?
I have put a team that I was high on that could win their division, the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh.
They did not have a great performance. They were excited to have Kirk Cousins in there. The Steelers had to change quarterbacks right last minute and only got field goals and still won. So Atlanta, right now, I'm putting them in the bottom.
As George St. Pierre said, I was not impressed with your performance. performance, and we have our first deviation of the NFL. It's not in my bottom five. I will take the Washington Commanders. My fifth worst team in the NFL. My fourth worst?
Yep.
The Tennessee Titans. Going into Chicago, 17-0 lead. They give it up, lose 24-17.
I'm starting this as a fresh slate, so I think very highly of this team. They had a terrible loss, the worst loss of the weekend, I think. So maybe they should be last, but I'm putting them fourth worst Bengals. I don't think they're the fourth worst team. I think they'll move up, but that was a bad loss at home to the
Patriots. I am not playing by the rules, so I give credit where credit is not due. They are not my bottom five. They are deviating 2 for 2. My third worst team, the Denver Horsies. I just don't see a lot there. The darn Horsies.
I have the third worst team, the Titans team you just had. So I have the Titans. And my second worst team, the New York Football Giants. They booed their own quarterback in the parking lot.
I have a feeling our bottom two will be exactly the same. The second worst team in the NFL, according to moi, the New York Football Giants. You and I agree. And the worst team in the NFL got boat flapped, bat raced by Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints, the Carolina Panthers.
Hey, I'm proud of you. You left the Raiders out.
I did leave the Raiders out. I don't think they're a bottom five team. I think they're, if we're doing the bottom seven, I might have a conversation.
But we're not.
We're not. That defense, they just got to hold out until Tom Brady. I'm just going to ride that for a while. Top five, Jason Ross, your number five.
My number five had a nice win on Sunday Night Football. The Detroit Lions, I have as the fifth best team. Are you adjusting?
I forgot about the Lions. You know, I 100%.
Someone out?
You got to. Which means I can all but guarantee you're going to have one different top five. These guys are on everybody's top five. That means my fifth best team, Buffalo Bills, and that could go up or down. They could arguably be the third best team in the NFL. They didn't, Arizona had them for a good portion. That's why they lose a couple spots. But number five, the Buffalo Bills. My number four surprised you, but it's because I was so high on them last year. I was and still am convinced something happened in the locker room that may have been taken care of. They got a quality win. And I honestly think this is the biggest threat to the 49ers in the NFC being on the line. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles at number four.
My number four team had a quality win. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, that's what
it is.
Wow.
Same team.
Number I believe it's your
number three. You know what?
We will not be the same.
Jerry tells us that. The world tells us that. Dak got paid, played well. Nice win in Cleveland. Dominant win. I have the Dallas.
My number three, because we know what each other's number two is, and we know exactly what order number two is. My number three means that America's team is not in my top five. Listen, I've said it before. I ain't falling. The Dallas Cowboys should be the Dallas Bananas in the tailpipe. I am not falling for the banana in the tailpipe until they don't put the banana in the tailpipe anymore. Until they're out of bananas. Not doing it, but I will put the Lions. They're the defending NFC champions. They beat what we think is a very good Rams team at home. Close game. I could have put them down lower. In fact, you can make a really good argument the Eagles could be ahead of them, but they are the championship game participants. I'll put the Lions number three. My number two, screw it. We'll just do 2 and 1. We're the same, I imagine. Number two, the 49ers. And number one, the Chiefs. Right. Yeah. So basically, we're about the same, except for I have the Bills and it's the Cowboys.
Yeah, we're pretty similar on the bottom five. Yeah. And again, the good thing about the NFL is this will change quite a bit. Different opinions on these teams, but for me, I was interested. I had 4 NFC teams, and I think the AFC is better.
I agree with you. Nope, I agree with you. It's it is week one, but I don't. Here's the other thing, by the way. I didn't play by the rules, so admittedly, I will say this, being that I'm also including reputation, which we're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
No real surprises in my bottom or top five. These teams are who we thought they were so far. We thought that whether it's Bills, Cowboys, Eagles, Lions, Niners, Chiefs, we thought they were going to be top 5, top 6, top 7 teams.
Right.
Commanders, Titans, Broncos, Giants, Panthers. Now, look, Bengals lose again. Maybe it turns out it wasn't Joe Burrow. Maybe it was Joe Mixon.
True.
But they lose Joe Mixon.
And he runs for 30 carries, like 150 yards.
Workhorse, too. They also, Jamar Chase wasn't right. He's all of Brandon Ayuk plus an extra week, plus apparently had illness. So there's that. Then, beyond your top and bottom fives, then, Jason, you have your, oh, God, what are these? Like, for example, what are the Cleveland Browns? Right. I don't know. I don't think they're that bad. What are the Falcons?
Well, I had them in my bottom 5, but I don't know that they're going to be there long.
I don't either. Especially with Kirk Cousins there. Kyle Pitts caught a touchdown.
Yeah.
There's a guy that if they can unlock, if there's something to be unlocked.
Yeah.
Remember him coming out of Florida?
Oh, yeah. He was fourth
overall.
Yeah. And I think the previous years, I'm that's my guy. I didn't just watch him feast, and he just is not done that.
If this segment was called the What Are They nominees, would it be fair to put the Cardinals in there?
Yeah, I was impressed by what they did. I know it was a loss, but
a lot of people had the Cardinals being a very improved team this year with Kyler Murray healthy. They went into Buffalo and they gave them everything they could take.
Absolutely.
What are they? What are the Jets?
I think the Jets are improved. I feel good about saying that. I mean, again, last night the Niners got them. The Niners played well. The Jets, that was going to be a tough game anyway if the Niners played well at home. But looking forward, the Jets have a pretty favorable schedule for 4 or 5 weeks. They got to get themselves like a 4-1 start. I think they can do that.
We already talked about what are the Bengals. What are the Rams? I think is one. I think they're good.
Yeah, I think pretty good. The Nakua injuries could be interesting to see if that delays some of their offensive success.
I'll tell you one that's not it's kind of and the Jaguars.
Yeah, they had their opportunities to win that game. That felt like a game that they lost. Miami won.
I think you put it perfectly. I like Travis Etienne. We're waiting on Trevor Lawrence to come into his own. There's definitely talent on that team, but they blew that game, dude. They absolutely blew that game. All right, we've got about a minute left. So as we go to break, as promised, in memory of the great James Earl Jones, here's friend of the show, I wish, David Letterman.
Takeaway tonight from the home office. Top 10 things that sound cool when spoken by James Earl Jones. Oh, it's a famous actor, a fine actor, a lovely man. Top 10 things that sound cool when spoken by James Earl Jones. James, nice to see you. Thank you very much. It's in character. I like that guy that was here earlier. Top 10 things that sound cool when spoken by James Earl Jones. Here we go, number 10.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah. Number 9.
Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear.
Number 8.
J-Lo in the house.
J-Lo in the house.
I feel like Darth Vader.
Number 7.
Click here now for the hottest sex sites on the web.
Number 6.
And the Academy Award for Best Picture goes to Dude, Where's My Car?
Number 5.
You're not fully clean until you're zestfully clean.
Number 4.
You mean I get all these great funk classics on just one CD or cassette?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Wait a minute. That makes no sense at all. Number 2 cool thing when spoken by James Earl Jones.
Meow, 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 meow.
And the number one thing that sounds cool when spoken by James Earl Jones.
You know, it's funny. You watch interviews with him. He was asked once, does he ever mess around with the Darth Vader voice? He said the only time he ever did is he was driving Caution cross country and he had a CB radio and he started messing around with it. But then when he got to his location, like he mentioned where he was going, like everybody gathered there. Then he went in. I didn't know this about him until I saw the interview. He said, I don't, my voice is open doors for me, but I don't like my voice. Apparently, he was a big stutterer. And the person, I forget, interviewed him said, you don't feel like you stutter at all. He said, well, A, I've worked on it. B, you're not noticing my pauses. You know, everybody hears me. I have aches and cuts and this and that, whatever. But I guess, struggled. The very thing that helped make him more than anything, he struggled with his whole life. And when naming his roles, we go Darth Vader and all that. Mufasa.
Yeah, that's true.
Mufasa. Good deal.
Coach Frank Kuzo. Coach Frank Kuzo from Best of the Best. The greatest karate teacher of all time.
Yes. That was what I was thinking. I think that's what made his career, by the way, from Coach Frank Kuzo.
Ahmad Rashad's in the movie.
Never mind. Who else? Mario Van Peebles?
Chris Penn.
Hey. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Robert's brother.
Yeah, and the dad.
Eric Roberts.
His dad from Son-in-Law. There's a lot of other things.
He was in every 90s movie.
Every 90s movie. Kevin Bacon, maybe?
All right, now you're just...
Oh, wow.
Wait, have you never seen Best of the Best?
You went too far. I saw Firefox with Clint Eastwood. That was a good movie. He had to steal a Soviet ship.
I'm literally...
Best of the Best?
Yeah.
I think we watched it.
Did we? Oh, maybe I have.
Our movie reviews during COVID.
Yeah,
it was the greatest karate tournament of all time, pitting the United States versus South Korea.
Better than the all Cal Daniel Son tournament?
That was just Americans.
That was in Reseda.
What else matters, Chris?
Life and death?
Than Americans.
Yes, it's America going up against South Korea. Are you not paying attention?
Did we win? Oh, spoiler alert. Oh, come back. I don't know what to watch. This would be the most depressing book to watch.
I think we just answered your question.
And we'll also recap that 6. We'll do that there.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system? You were a bit surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Seems like there's more identity theft in the news every day.
Another major healthcare breach reported today.
That's because there are endless places that can accidentally expose you to identity theft in a breach or simply by mistake. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it. Guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
You ain't black to me unless you got a case of water on the floor at home. I walk around with my hands behind my back. Can I see your pantry, please? Or laundry room, they the same thing.
You know him from ABC Blackish and his latest Netflix special, Charlene's Boy, actor and comedian DeShaun Cole. My new normal tour this Sunday night at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss DeShaun Cole live.
When shopping for a new car, what do you want? A great selection, a low monthly payment, more for your trade? At Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, you get it all.
Model year-end savings are going on now. It's savings you just can't say no to.
Come and stay or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
I would end the day with sore feet, or sore legs. The drugstore answers that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store, and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain. Now I don't really have it. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Sacramento, Dirk Spencer's coming to town. Hidden drunk all the play. His only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Art Health Park. For country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Harmony.
Close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich.
Be the difference.
Asha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Art Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
It's not hard to be a mom. It's hard to be a good mom. It's easy to be a bad mom. That's so easy. But to be a good mom is hard. To be a bad mom, that's as easy as being a great dad. That's
Nikki Glazer, Alive and Unwell Tour. Friday, September 20th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. She's alive and unwell. Don't miss Nikki Glazer.
Get your tickets for the Marysville Stampede September 14th and 15th at MarysvilleStampede.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
I'm not a drinker, but one of the few exceptions I make. The tour at Cornell Winery is absolutely really cool. It's in Burnsville. Nice area. And we're going to go with our friend. I just sent out the text. Our plans to get an Airbnb and go there this week no longer happen. It is it's a true story. So instead of driving to Guerneville and staying with everybody touring Corbell, maybe have a couple there. They have a deli there where they serve a sandwich that has like brie and Italian meats, and it's so good. And they'll bring, like, if you buy the champagne, they'll bring a bottle out, serve it here, and let you serve yourself there, while you're looking over the gardens and stuff. But instead, I'm going to be watching a film classic this Saturday.
And you can,
and eating salsa.
If you do decide to stray away from your diet for a little bit, the best carnitas.
Would carnitas be straying away from the diet? I mean, it's meat. Probably a little sodium in there.
Yeah.
Well, I got to wrap it in a Twinkie.
Oh, you could.
Hey, carnitas is a Twinkie filling. Yeah. Good work.
Oh. I was thinking, like, maybe if you do like a cornbread.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Like the sweet stuff. You ever go to El Torito and they have that yellow stuff in the thing? It might not be bad. It's still Twinkie. It's a Twinkie. It's a Twinkie taco. Just a closed taco.
It's a burrito.
It's a burrito. It's a wrap. Yeah. All right. A's and Astros tonight. Houston, the team with the second best record in baseball since the All-Star.
A's?
Yeah.
Or Astros?
No, A's.
Oh.
Yeah. People are like, "Ooh, playoffs next year." Huh?
The A's are known for that.
That is true. That's Ryan thinks that the audio on YouTube is bad because they created a waiting room for the Rise guys. Your thoughts, Chris?
I have no idea.
The Drive guys?
What'd I say?
The Rise guys.
Well,
actually.
John is giving up.
On
us, I think. Say something. He's giving up. I don't tell you guys. What do you want?
Don't give up, John. Never give up.
I don't. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Great Jim Velvet. Brewers at Giants. I'll tell you what I'm looking for from this series.
What do you want?
I am looking for alternate programming. I'm going to watch the season finale of Bluey.
Oh,
Yeah.
With your dogs?
With my dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just found out about Bluey.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
solid show.
Let me tell you. But it's from Australia, so it's probably done right.
Yeah.
Or New Zealand. One of the two, the same thing. Or
Tango ate Bluey.
our salesman. You usually live. New England, Australia, same thing.
Yeah.
And what else is on tonight? Anything else on tonight? Anything? Any sort of competitions?
Yeah.
Something on the Ocho? Okay, well, the presidential debates tonight, guys.
Oh, that one.
Here's my thing. Why could a Manning cast work? We were talking earlier about how
he really screwed up there. That's going to cost him in the later round.
Well,
We're going to have Marshawn Lynch join us in the second part.
Okay, so do you go the way where you have like Marshawn Lynch and Eli Manning doing it or something like that? Or do you go like you put like James Carville and Rick Scott just on opposite sides going back and forth? Yeah, because sports you can talk over it. You can't really talk over a debate. But
they should pause.
They should.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun. Like one of them says something like makes a really good point, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it."
Did you ever see the SNL sketch where they did the Manning cast over a sketch? Like it was the guy pretending to be Manning. It worked very well.
I got it. I got the perfect companion piece for the debates tonight. Tony Reale, and he's got the little thing where every time someone bing, bing, and then whoever has the most points wins and gets the final word.
I mean, they literally have a mute button, right?
Right. What I'm saying, presidential debate around the horn style. That's awesome. Let's go. It's not like it's a serious job. All right, let's recap.
He made that.
Let's recap. All right, you.
Me?
Yeah.
You. All right. We had 6 predictions from the game last night. We asked Dave, myself, Chris, and Simone participated yesterday.
Is that an SNL reference? You? Yeah. It was what are they called?
Roxbury.
Roxbury. Yeah, it was not the Roxbury reference. All right.
Who would score the first touchdown for San Francisco?
I know. We all scored the boots on that one, didn't we?
Dave, myself, Chris, we all picked CMC. Simone picked Brandon Ayuk.
Hey!
It was deep.
Oh, no. What came through?
We asked for total turnovers in the game. Simone said 5. I said 4. Dave, you said 3. Chris had the correct answer of
2.
Good job. We asked for the most receiving yards for San Francisco. Simone said 77 for Ayuk. We all 3 had Debo. Dave, you said 87. I said 80. Chris said 92. The high receiver mark was Jennings. 64.
Who had that guy?
None of us.
He nicked up his ankle again. Yeah. No, by the way, on a hip drop tackle. I thought they were reinforcing the rules and stuff.
We wanted a comparison between the 2 dynamic running backs, CMC versus Hall. Well,
Hall won.
Yeah, Hall won. 93-0.
Did you see that he and Brock Purdy exchanged jerseys afterwards? because they used to be Breece Hall and they used to be roommates. Yeah. So there was a cool moment on the field where they smiled for photos, talked and hugged, and then they exchanged jerseys. But something happened that I've never seen happen before. Brock actually made him pay for his jersey. He didn't have any money.
Only fair.
He had to write a check.
He lives in the Bay Area. Come on.
Right, come on. These guys are tough roommates.
Gotta wait a year. Then I'll pay you back.
Hanging out at a hostel, going to practice.
Street. 93-0 was the final. Chris was the closest, I guess, because he had all at 86. All right. Then we said Rodgers versus Purdy. Rodgers threw for 167. Purdy threw for 231.
Yeah.
He was the closest there. Really none of us. We all failed. And lastly, our random stat. Dave, you went with your standby.
I was so close.
Kyle Juszczyk would
on
get a
the 1-yard line.
That happened. Simone said there would be a dynamic kickoff return for a touchdown. That didn't happen. Chris said the 49ers defense would score a touchdown. That didn't happen. I said that Jake Moody would make a PAT or field goal off the upright.
We had a ton of chances, of course.
Doink! It went in.
I texted you guys with the doink. I didn't hear anything back. That was sad.
I put the laughy face when he did doink.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All
and
right.
then I sent a meme. But either way, Chris and I did not respond.
I feel like sometimes you send things and we don't get them because you're the one of these kids is doing his own thing phone.
Did you not get it?
Let me see. Maybe I did.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Well,
Let me see. What is this meme here? Well, here's Chris concert. Oh, I see. I said doink at 7:15. Chris said laughy face at 7:15. Jason had to go into his bedroom, get his phone that was on the charger.
No, it's in the car. It's a car phone.
And
wind it up.
Yeah, wind it. Right. Hold it up to the side. Yeah, it's like an old Model T.
Yeah.
They sent the meme, but it
That was
wasn't
a really good Model T.
Thank you. It wasn't a meme though. It was actually a screenshot of a meme. You took a picture and then sent it. That was cool.
I had to reenact a meme.
Paul Pierce is right. We'll take a break when we come back. Style and Watkin, or just Style, not Watkin? Do we know? Both. Hey, we got a full complement. We'll do it now.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Knocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care needs. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators, and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Ulta Beauty's 21 Days of Beauty event is back. From now until September 19th, or over 200 daily beauty sales at 50% off in every category. And check Ulta.com daily to get them all before they're gone. Take 50% off bestsellers from brands like Estee Lauder and Supergoop. Plus, say hello to new finds from brands like Dyson and Sol de Janeiro. And Ilia is now Ulta Beauty in select stores and online. Shop in-store at Ulta.com or try pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply while supplies last.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, I hear Staples can print everything for my business. Sure can. And the quality is guaranteed. Absolutely. Plus, you'll beat any price quote. Is that right? For sure. How about this one? We'll beat it. Can you print menus, signs, and flyers? Sure can. How about blueprints? No problem. What about red prints? Not a real thing. What if they were? We'd print them. And they'd look amazing.
Now at Staples, print more, save more. Up to $150 off your print purchase. Ends 11/2. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details and staples.com/price match for in-store price match guarantee.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are. The Pro Court Championship at Silverado Resort, September 12th through the 15th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With world-class wine experiences, breathtaking views, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Pro Court Championship, September 12th through the 15th. For tickets, go to procourtchampionship.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah. Hey, all right. Full compliment, everybody. Oh, hey. Jason gave me a full compliment.
Yeah, you're a great guy.
Yeah, thank you for that.
All right.
Hey, hey, how are you?
Hey, good.
I haven't seen you since before week 1. Hey. Yeah. You got the classic Sacktown Sports polo on.
You can't golf in that.
Yeah, it's because I don't. The material is not right.
It's not great.
No, it's not. That's how all of them are in. I noticed in England, all their polos are that. What is that? Cotton or
that was the move in high school.
Yeah.
We had to do the collared shirts and all my Kanye polos looked like pink polos.
The golf shirts need to have that like silky.
That dry fit.
Yeah, dry fit, breathes.
Did you know that I was in the Nike store and dry fit has basically updated or upgraded. Remember back in the day, like the classic the Under Armour material, and then Nike started doing it. They've moved on from that. If you go into the Nike store, you're gonna think it's not like what I'm wearing. But it's way more cottony than it used to be. And I was sitting there looking for workout shirts, thinking, "Where's the dry fit?" They don't really do the old school dry fit anymore. They got a new swag. Yeah,
I found that when I looked for workout shirts too.
And then they didn't have my medium, so I just got out of there.
You know what my workout shirts are? This is true. Anybody in radio has. I take a shirt I don't wear of the many radio shirts that I've had over the years, and I cut off the sleeves.
How's that been going for you?
Cutting off the sleeves?
No, everything.
Oh, good, man! I got it last night. It's a new program I started. It's like stuff with barbells, and dude, let me tell you, man, I hate squats. I just don't.
Oh yeah,
goblet squats were a big part of this.
I was on the Smith machine yesterday.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I was on the Smith machine yesterday. Anyways, sorry.
Maybe we should crush some weight together.
No, I would just feel real uncomfortable.
And you know, with the squat rack, it would be a lot of really annoying to.
I don't like put squats. It out. I want everything to be upper body. I don't want to do. Yeah. I want to skip leg day.
We can do biceps together. Beach day.
You're all exploding.
Come on. Come to the toe. Come to the toe.
Make me feel like I'm in an inning.
Come to the big toe. We hang out.
I'll tell you. Do you not want to be accepted here?
Yeah, I know.
The toe, that's from a while ago. We started talking about the toe, I think a month in.
We could do that on our way back from Frisco.
Oh.
Yeah.
Toe to Frisco. That's me.
Toe to
toe.
Celebrity birthdays are brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Listen, I don't know if you know
I'm
this.
hot today.
You are. Good for you. Because you're wearing the salmon.
Yeah.
That salmon? It's not pink, is it? You're the color expert. You corrected me the other day.
It's not really pink. It's not.
Is it like if
really
pink and salmon had a baby?
Yeah.
I'm coming up, so you better.
It's like pink.
Rouge?
Towards like the purple scale. It's still.
It's not even in the crayon.
It's a solid rosé.
Is it rose? Rose. It's pinkle. Pink and purple.
I know when it's pink.
I know it's pinkle. Pinkle. Sorry, don't worry. Who in this segment of celebrity birthdays, as we've been doing all morning, dedicated to the memory of the great, legendary James Earl Jones, who left us yesterday. Just honoring him all day long. Just iconic.
Now, thoughts on Best of the Best?
It's great.
He loved it.
Oh, Jay Johnson had some words for you.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he did.
Oh, God. I love Jay.
You still have to do the mess you up.
Oh, nothing brings family and friends together better than cookies. More than just cookies. Thank you. Very appropriate. Jason Ross.
On this date, in what year did the television show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air debut?
I was just watching both yesterday.
1992?
93.
I'll say 94.
No, I think it's earlier. It's like 90.
We have a correct answer. It is 1990.
Oh!
Chris.
Well done.
We're all always excited.
Happy birthday, Joey Votto.
Man, freshly retired.
Joey Votto is 39.
I think he was
39.
88.
41.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher Lott. 41.
Wow.
Joey Votto.
Ancients.
Happy birthday to actor Colin Firth. Colin Firth is?
I'm going to try to bring up his
Colin
picture with
Oh, he's from The King's Speech.
Oh, was he the
Kingsman?
I know who that is.
Oh, yes.
Colin Firth. King's Speech is a hell of a movie, by the way. It was a really good movie.
No, I don't know how to talk.
64.
I'll say 67.
72.
62.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles. 64.
On the board.
You are hot today. You knew it.
Told you.
Happy birthday to Randy Johnson.
Oh, my God.
Which
Bay
one?
Area guy.
The photographer.
Oh, okay.
R.I.P. that bird.
Randy is
Lefty.
Randy is 53. No, he's not. He's 57.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
55. I refuse. 54.
56.
Randy Johnson is 61.
Oh, my goodness.
Happy birthday to Ben Wallace.
Ah.
Oh.
That's a good throw.
Yes.
B-Wall, as his friends call him.
Yeah.
Oh, God. He's like 55. Please tell me he's younger.
52.
49.
He is 47.
Oh, Chris Watkins is the closest 50 today.
Hey.
Happy birthday to Jay Williams. Former Bulls draft pick.
Okay, all right.
Motorcycle.
Not the best.
I think he's like 44.
That's a problem.
Isn't it, though? Isn't it, though?
But I'm going to say a little younger. I think he's 40.
I'll say 40.
46.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Chris Watkins, 43. And the last name I have on here, happy birthday to Big Daddy Kane.
Oh. Big Daddy Kane. He goes to work, I believe.
Like a doctor.
Yeah. And, you know where he works? Wild West.
He might be Big Granddaddy Kane at this point.
I think he probably is. That's like the California man is. You're right. He might. Yeah, Big Daddy has a cane. He is 60s.
67.
64.
Have you ever seen Hannibal Buress' bit on how early rap sounded?
Yes.
It's maybe the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What was your guess, Chris?
62.
We're all in the wrong decade. He's 50.
Oh, is he seriously only 56?
Did I do that wrong? Now I'm starting to guess.
Wow. Big Daddy Kane's been around forever. Guys, what's on the docket today?
A lot of football, Niners. I got into it with one of your listeners, Dave. I don't know if he crossed over or not, but a Raiders fan. So we're going to get into that as well. And honestly, How could we bury the lead? 3-time Super Bowl champ joins us at 1 o'clock. Randy Cross.
What?
49ers.
What?
At 1 o'clock.
What?
You don't want to miss that. It's going to be great.
All right, we'll probably replay that. Okay. All right, for Sean Salisbury, Chris Rillard, Jason Ross. No, never mind. For Sean Salisbury, Jason Ross, and nobody else, I'm Carmichael Dave. Styles and Watkins are next. Bye-bye.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will